Infinite projection room begins with the projection of Ultron's world destruction. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 126. Hurry up and write it. If you can't, I'll kill you. Demonic hell. The Lord recognized the other party as his own child at first sight. This is the intuition of an old demon. Oh, look, Zimu. This is our eldest nephew. Xiana Feng laughed and said, ha ha ha. It seems that our eldest nephew is going to help us get revenge and get rid of that damn old man. Ha 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 ha. Lord, your son is much braver than you. Zimu laughed strangely. If your son kills that old man, how about I don't torture you? The Lord did not speak. In the eyes of these guys, he is now either a plaything or a tool. It is better to shut up and keep safe. The video continues. The old man is called Daddy. He is one of the few great wizards in the world, and may even be the only great wizard left. His favorite things are tea and sandwiches. On the surface, he is a thin and weak old man, but in fact, he can easily knock down a group of ordinary strong men. Ouch. You have to pay for breaking things. When Daddy saw clearly, he immediately entered a state of preparation. Dad used the crow to take a plane. The demon dragon attacked without honor. The old man fell down. The demon dragon took the old man into the car and ran away. When True, who had just come back from shopping, saw this, he hurried forward, but unfortunately he was a tank with short legs. How could he catch up with the armored vehicle? True, 2.5 meters tall, 485 pounds, the apprentice of the Great Wizard Father. In the screening room. Great Wizard? Wizard, how do you think this Great Wizard is powerful? Tony asked. This isn't even the same world, how would I know? Strange rolled his eyes and said, it's not advisable to compete in combat power across centuries. They all sound the same. Mage, Archmage, Supreme Mage. Tony Stark suddenly said, this is very much like an upgrade route. Maybe I can make an online game with this job transfer system. Please, stop it. In a museum, a middle-aged man with short hair, blue shirt, yellow pants and a big nose is helping the other two people decorate the place. Jackie Chan, Dad's nephew, archaeologist, I think, special consultant for Area 13, Demon Striker, Shadow Destroyer, Saint Seiya's partner, God of War in the Furniture City. Jackie Chan. In the demon hell, the Lord stopped pretending. He couldn't help it. At this moment, the Lord transformed into a telegraph dragon and began to broadcast the telegram. The other 5 demons also ran away on the spot when they saw this, and only the big brother, the moon demon Curse Blue, could still maintain his style. If you are not tired, you can go somewhere else to vent. Don't disturb me watching the video. Zillan said lightly. Zillan, if it weren't for that damn human, how could we be here? Zhang roared angrily. His voice was like thunder, and there was a flash of lightning in his eyes. Zillan nodded in agreement, waved his hand casually, and a deep purple magic took Zhang flying farther and farther. If you are not as skilled as others, just accept the reality, or find a quiet place to argue by yourself. Zillan said to the place, where Zhang was far away, and stopped talking, but continued to watch seriously. The other 4 did not dare to speak, and they suddenly realized something. That is, they were all in prison for 1,000 years, so how could Zillan still suppress them? Or, this guy's power seemed to be a little outrageous. Zillan looked calm on the surface, but he was actually cursing in his heart. It's just that Zillan was more sober than his 7 brothers and sisters, so he was cursing himself. You brain-dead bastard, you had nothing better to do than to leave that human alone and watch the monkey show, and ended up letting him kill you, and turn you into a monkey. You could have just thrown that guy far away and quickly controlled the moon, but you had to pretend. You flew over there by yourself. Although cleaning up the bugs is important, you should at least fix the gate before cleaning up the bugs. Cheo. In short, ZHU Line regretted it very much. The video continues. Jackie Chan was directing the layout of the venue, and suddenly True called Jackie Chan to tell him that his house had been attacked, and his uncle had been kidnapped. But the roar of a car interrupted the conversation between the two. A lizard man with scales that were obviously brighter than the demon dragon got out of the car. The unloading area is in the back. We are not here to unload, we are here to load. The lizard man said, the cargo we want to load is you, Jackie Chan. The lizard man raised his hand and made a sneak attack. He also had one of the weapons that his accomplices used to deal with Dad and Sheriff Black. But at the critical moment, it suddenly broke, just like the network at the critical moment of a team fight. The lizard man Han Bing looked unhappy, raised his hand, and threw the equipment out, and then actually spit fire from his nostrils. Wow. Seeing the fire-breathing lizard man, everyone still felt quite novel. Before, they had seen a lot of world-destroying robots and various aliens, but except for a few wizards who fought against demons, it was the first time for others to see this kind of magical creature. Wanda, is this your son too? Holy Lord. Fire demon holy lord. Of course not. The demon dragon before was my son, and this one is at most my son's subordinate. The video continues in a school. A class is taking a history class, and the class is still talking about ancient humans. Suddenly, True rushed in and took a little girl away. Jackie Chan's niece, Cheng Xiaolou. What's wrong, True? Jackie Chan and Daddy have been kidnapped. I have to make sure you are safe. Then we have to find Sheriff Black first. But the problem is that Sheriff Black has also been kidnapped. Back in the antique shop, Xiaolou paced back and forth, analyzing the current situation bit by bit. First, we have to collect clues and find out who did it. Suddenly, a phone call came in. It's Jackie Chan's mobile number. Xiaolou picked up the phone and shouted, Uncle Long. Guess again. The person on the other end of the phone was obviously not Jackie Chan, but the devil Xiaolong! Exclamation mark. Your Uncle Long is with me now. The devil Xiaolong had a look of triumph, a look of revenge. In addition, there is also an old stubborn man and a bald sheriff. Xiaolong got furious when she heard that. You'll see if you touch a hair on their heads. But Sheriff Blake is no exception. Got it? You're not qualified to negotiate terms with me now, kid. Whether they can go back depends on you. So you kidnapped them, right? Let me hear your terms. Listen, if you want them to go back safely, give me the magic energy in the storage tank. The storage tank that holds all the demons' magic energy. I don't know what you're talking about. Give me the storage tank. Otherwise you'll regret it. But this will take time. Devil Xiaolong suddenly got angry and threatened viciously. You don't have much time, kid. We'll complete the deal at the Golden Gate Bridge at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. We won't meet. See you then, right? No. If I can't see you in the magic energy, you'll have to live with that 500-pound guy in the future. After that, Demon Xiaolong hung up the phone. What a hateful guy. Xiaolong put her hands on her waist, looking unhappy. I'm only 480 pounds. True was also very dissatisfied with the fact that the demon dragon slandered that his weight exceeded 500 pounds. Wolverine, kidnapping the elderly and threatening children. This demon dragon is really a piece of shit. 1. Don't have any moral standards for demons. The demon dragon's name has the word demon in it. It's a blessing that he didn't cause harm to the hostages. Bruce Wayne, that little girl is very good. Not to mention little girls of the same age. Even some adults can't be so calm in the same situation. Bruce Wayne, but what is that demonic energy? Fire demon Saint Lord. Let me make one thing clear first. That is, I don't know that demon dragon at all. Strange, you continue to make up. I'll watch. Fire demon holy lord. My 8 brothers and sisters and I entered a safe shelter to fight against the changes in the world. Here we can reduce the impact on the outside world. Now my world is becoming less and less suitable for us demons and gods to survive. Fire demon holy lord. Before hiding in the shelter, we all left a wisp of magic energy to deal with special situations. Now it seems that my unfilial son intends to use these magic energy to gain power. Bruce Wayne, really? Fire demon holy lord. That's right. Bruce Wayne, then your shelter is not just called hell. Fire demon holy lord. How do you know? Bruce Wayne, then let me ask you, what situation is the magic energy used to deal with? Demon hell. I can't make it up anymore. The Holy Lord looked anxious. Just say it. Just say it's to detect the situation outside. Zimu didn't have time to think about it and made up a reason at random. Fire Demon Holy Lord. Detection. Detection of the outside world. Bruce Wayne, what is the outside world? Fire Demon Holy Lord, it is the outside world. Seeing what the Holy Lord said, the other members of the wizard group, especially Constantine, gradually began to doubt the Holy Lord. No, Constantine never believed in the Holy Lord from the beginning. Bruce Wayne, you said before that you and your brothers and sisters hid in the shelter for some reasons. Can you tell me why? Zao. This damn human. The Holy Lord gnashed his teeth in hatred. Why is this guy talking so much nonsense? Holy Lord, since you can deceive us, you can definitely deceive these humans. Make up a story quickly. Basher said, make up a story quickly. If you can't make it up, I will beat you to death. Chapter 127. The author of the update at 11 AM is Z. How can I make this up? I understand. Fire Demon Holy Lord, this is related to the secrets of our world, but it doesn't hurt to tell you. Fire Demon Holy Lord, thousands of years ago, the world changed, and the power of gods and demons began to gradually lose. We built two shelters respectively, to try to avoid this situation. Fire Demon Holy Lord, I don't know the specific situation. If I knew, I would solve it directly. Bruce looked unconvinced. Bruce Wayne, but I see that your son is living well. Fire Demon Holy Lord, that's not my son. I don't know him at all. Fire Demon Holy Lord, he should be the product of my magic energy that changed. In terms of blood, I'm his father, but I really have never seen him. The video continues. We can only do what Demon Ziana Long asked us to do now, otherwise Uncle Long and the others will be in danger of their lives. But if Demon Ziana Long gets those magic energy, our Earth will be finished. Demon Hell. It's over. When the Holy Lord saw this, he seemed to be able to guess what was going to happen next. No, there is a chance. I should fight that evil creature, but I don't know how to do it. The Holy Lord thought about how to make up for this lie later. The video continues, but if the little devil dragon gets the magic energy, our Earth will be finished, so now we can only race against time. Xiaoyu jumped onto the table and said, of course I will hand over the magic energy to the little devil dragon on time. Before that, you have to cast a spell. Magic spell, yes. When the little devil dragon eats the magic energy, we chant a spell to make his magic ineffective. That's a good idea. True's face changed, and he said, but I'm just Dad's apprentice. I don't have the power to cast spells. Don't say that, True. Xiaoyu stood on the table, looked up into True's eyes and said, you are an amazing wizard. Do you know what Dad said about you? He said you are the most talented wizard Dad has ever met. Really? True was extremely excited to be recognized by his master. I don't remember the exact words. Xiaoyu scratched her head and said, but Dad has great confidence in you, and so do I. Remember? You overcame your fear and sneaked into the Shadow Kingdom alone to get Terra's mask. Since you could do it then, you can do it now. After hearing this, True turned around and left without saying a word. True, where are you going? I'm going to create a spell. Come on, True. You will succeed. Looking at Xiaoyu's wonderful operation, many people in the screening room looked at her sideways. This little girl is great. Bruce Wayne commented, whether it is calmness, strategy, or encouraging companions, she is far beyond ordinary people. Although her plan still has many loopholes, as long as she is professionally guided, this is not a problem. Bruce Wayne said seriously, to be honest, if I were not in a different world, I would like to take her as my apprentice. She is a very brave girl. Not only brave, but also smart. Strange said, by the way, we also need such a little girl in Kamatage. If she trains well in Kamatage, she will at least be a guardian of the Supreme Sanctuary in the future. Avengers building. After finishing the work of Asgard, Odin, who was free, came to continue watching the live broadcast. Alas. Looking at the other person's niece, and then at his own silly son, Odin said nothing, and silently lowered his head to drink tea. We are all juniors, why is there such a big gap? Odin could easily guess that, if Xiaoyu was replaced by Thor, and True was replaced by Loki, and the kidnapped people were himself and Frigga, then Thor would be on his way to the other side's lair. He might even take Loki with him. Odin felt like someone else's child at this moment. In a garbage dump, the 3 kidnapped people were trying to break the chains and escape. Wow. The little demon dragon descended from the sky, looked at the 3 people in front of him and asked, "Everyone, how do you feel? No matter what, your plan will not succeed. I will." The pupils of the little demon dragon emitted a strange light. "I will get 8 magic energy." He wants the magic energy storage tank. Jackie Chan immediately realized this. I was originally planning to launch an attack on District 13, but then I changed my mind and thought, why should we start a war? Wouldn't it be better if we solve the problem in a more peaceful way? The old man saw this and directly retorted, "Maybe you have stayed in the garbage dump for too long and your brain is broken. Don't be too proud, old thing." The devil dragon said with a grin, "Do you know that old saying? Chains are broken at the weakest link. Let me think. School should be over now. Don't involve Zyaro. It's too late. We have agreed to meet at 3 in the morning. She is a key person." Next, the devil dragon explained his evil plan to the 3 people. The general content is that he wants to let the monster army invade this world and then conquer this world. Fire demon holy lord, this rebellious son. Fire demon holy lord, rebellious son, rebellious son, rebellious son. Demon hell. At this moment, the holy lord is being watched by the other 5 demons. "Sure enough, holy lord," Zimu said sarcastically, "your child is indeed worthy of your idea. His ideas coincide with those of your father. This. You betrayed us for 1,000 years, and your child is actually planning to ride on our heads." Xiao Feng looked at the holy lord and said, "Great holy lord. You have to pay the price for your son's words and deeds." Basha raised her hand and a violent stream of water hit him. No. I don't even know that evil creature." Just as the water was about to hit the holy lord's soul, a stream of purple magic pushed the water away. "What are you doing? Curse Blue." Without saying anything, Curse Blue waved his hand and Basha went to accompany Zhang Sabogang. Continue. At this moment, Curse Blue suppressed the remaining 4 demons so much that they dared not say a word. How deep is this guy hiding? No wonder Curse Blue was the first one to attack the 8 guys, and 2 of them were almost left behind by Curse Blue. Chapter 128. The author is not a scumbag because he is busy with classes and updates late. King, it seems that one of our fathers here seems to be a little anxious. Fire demon holy lord, I can swear on my own demonic energy that I, as well as my brothers and sisters, are extremely angry and dissatisfied with the behavior of this rebellious son. Strange, it's because he wants to take your place, right? At this moment, the holy lord wanted to shout, "CNM, I don't want to act anymore." But he didn't dare. He wanted to escape from this damn hell, and this screening room was his only hope. Yes, it's not that he can't borrow the power of his brothers and sisters. But what about the price? Mortals know not to sign a contract with demons, because the price is too high. How could he, a demon king, not know this truth? Last time, he was lucky enough to fool his brothers and sisters, so when he returned to the earth in the form of a soul body, he had an additional requirement to possess a human. Then he possessed the bastard Valen. Otherwise, as a fire demon, even if his body was really blown up, would it be difficult to condense the fire energy and reshape his body if he was given enough time? The video continues. The demon dragon expounds on his great dream to let the demons return to the human world and rule the world. At the end, the demon dragon also added, "My father will definitely be proud of me." Wanda, our Fire Demon Saint Lord, do you have anything else to explain? Fire Demon Saint Lord, I said I don't know this rebellious son at all. Bruce Wayne, no, you called him a rebellious son, which means you recognize him. Fire Demon Saint Lord, although I don't know that guy, he inherited my fire magic, so of course he is my son. Demon Hell. ZHU Land frowned and asked, Saint Lord, what are you doing? Now they don't trust me anymore. Saint Lord calmed down at this moment. Since they don't believe it anymore, why don't you just admit it? I will find a way to divert their attention. Believe me, I'm a professional. Zimu looked at Saint Lord and grinned. It seems that this guy has realized the point. Zimu laughed and said, Holy Lord, don't be happy too soon. Although we need you, this is not a reason for you to be presumptuous in front of us. You know, although you have obtained the power from the unknown, this power may not really save you. If you really anger us, and we haven't escaped, the consequences will be, ha 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 ha. You know it. Zimu suddenly fell into a crazy laugh. Although I'm crazy. But I'm not stupid. By the way, your son's idea is very good, but he can't succeed. You still want to succeed with Xiaoyu around. Ha 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 ha. TSK. Looking at the crazy Zimu, the Holy Lord once again reaffirmed his confidence in escaping. The video continues. Jackie Chan and his father successfully broke free from the chains with the help of Sheriff Black, and turned to fight with the Demon Dragon. At this moment, the Demon Dragon, the son of the Fire Demon Holy Lord, was smashing things without a face. His performance was like a beast. In the end, he was thrown out by Jackie Chan, and was crushed under a scrapped car. Just as the three were about to flee, 3 other guys covered in green scales came over. Hanbing, VIP, Boxer, Demon Dragon's men. Boxer directly trapped the 3 people in an iron cage, and Demon Dragon just broke free and drove the car. I told you a long time ago to keep an eye on them. Don't let them run away. Yes, old man, I noticed it. Boxer directly retorted, without any respect for Demon Dragon. If I were you, I wouldn't talk like that. Hanbing didn't answer directly, but rolled a fireball with his bare hands, and knocked Demon Dragon several meters away. You are useless to me, old thing. My partner and I will get the magic energy. Stay here obediently. There was no respect for Demon Dragon in his words. In the live broadcast room, Tony Stark, wow, do you have so many sons? Loki Odinson, ha, what a brotherly and respectful look. Tony Stark, hey, you are the least qualified to laugh here. Fire Demon Saint Lord, no, that's not right. Those 3 should be the relatives of my unfilial son, not my offspring. What? Relatives? You mean the relationship between the 3-headed hellhound and the demon dog? Fire Demon Saint Lord, I don't know what you are talking about, but I know that the 3 guys with brighter scales are definitely not my offspring. Demon hell. I'm dying of laughter. Saint Lord, you betrayed us, and then your children were betrayed by your own relatives. Saint Lord, I can laugh until I lose my wits about this. Zimu Gaga laughed strangely, and the other demons also had a sarcastic smile. Holy Lord, you are so smart and capable. You fooled the 7 of us twice, but your offspring turned out to be a fool who was betrayed by his own family. You are so capable. Even DKUI said, Holy Lord's offspring, stupid. Trash. The Holy Lord no longer had any good feelings towards his offspring, the Demon Dragon. Damn, as a demon, it is normal to be betrayed by demons of the same level, but to be betrayed by his own family, that's trash. That's a manifestation of incompetence. As the driver said before, there should be another battle between him and the Demon Dragon. The Holy Lord wanted to take over the body of the Demon Dragon directly. Dad's antique shop. True operated an extremely confidential instrument for a long time and finally received a cup of yellow-green liquid. Okay. Is it a spell? No, it's my tea. It helps me concentrate. Looking at True, who was gradually becoming a dad, Xiaoyu also said anxiously, I'm not rushing you, but there's no time. Time passed little by little, and looking at True's busy figure, Xiaoyu was extremely anxious. And in the screening room and the time when watching the live broadcast, they were also anxious. Can that big guy succeed? Tony looked at True busy, but he couldn't see what he was busy with at all. He couldn't help asking, Master, he won't still be making tea. How should I know? Strange said unhappily, the magic in this world is completely different from the magic in our Kamatage. I can't even find any similarities. How can I analyze it? Questioning begins. This question is for multiple people. If you answer correctly, you will be awarded 10 points. If you answer incorrectly, you will draw a pain card. Question. Who provided important help in completing the spell? A. Xiaoyu. B. Dad. C. True. D. Dad is Master, Master Fang. E. Holy Lord. F. Jackie Chan. G. Sheriff Blake and District 13. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 129 Analysis. The one who provided important help in configuring the spell. No, there is also the Holy Lord. So who is it? Not the person. Bruce Wayne corrected the mistake and said, now I don't have enough information, but I can rule out option C. True. Why? Peter asked puzzledly. He is the one who configured the spell. Yes, the one who configured the spell, not the one who provided important help. This is a hint in language logic, so we can rule out true. Bruce Wayne said, now, if we want to get the answer, we must seek the help of the fire demon. Everyone was silent. Now only the Holy Lord had enough information. If you want to answer this question correctly, the correct information provided by the Holy Lord is necessary. Demon hell. The Holy Lord looked at the information of the question and became excited. According to the information he got, if he wanted to get a reward from this screening room, he must get points. And now there is a way to get points. Zimu, don't be crazy, come and analyze with me. And the Holy Lord. Xiao Feng's mind was still normal. He flew to the side of the Holy Lord and said, come alive. Come. Magic spell. Hehehe, I'm good at this. Zimu flew over with a big laugh. He and the Holy Lord Xiao Feng were called the ancestors of black wizards, and that was not a random name. He had real skills. Although the magic spell in his mind had been almost forgotten, it should not be difficult to analyze it. 5 options. Based on what that human said, we can eliminate 1. There are 4 left. The Holy Lord thought quickly. First, I nominate myself. I think that guy has no clue at all. If the old man was here, he might be able to develop the corresponding spell, but a mere apprentice. Huh. A confident light flashed in the Holy Lord's eyes, although I'm not sure why I would help this group of humble mortals, but at present I'm their only helper. But how do you get out? ZHU Lan suddenly asked. Don't forget, you are with us now, but this time is the future. How did you get out? I can definitely get out, otherwise how can I fight with my evil son? The Holy Lord gritted his teeth and said, now that things have come to this, I won't hide it from you. Zimu, Xiao Feng, and I have all the left spells in the human world to communicate with us. Don't forget, my spell encyclopedia brings together all the magic of the 3 of us. Okay, you are not only a liar, but also a thief. Don't say it so harshly, I did it to leave us a backup plan. Enough. Think about the answer quickly. I think you still have to ask that group of humans. Xiao Feng said, this group of humans obviously have experience with this kind of thing. That is to say, they must have answered more than once. Lord, and everyone, I think we should give up some prejudice against humans. Xiao Feng, what do you mean? An idea, let's talk about it later. Xiao Feng said seriously, help them analyze this question first. Now it is us who are trapped in hell, not them. By the way, ask about the points and pain cards. Okay. Seeing that the good demon, compared to the other 7 demons who are even worse, Xiao Feng said so. The Lord also answered on the screen. Fire Demon Lord, in my world, although humans have magic power, they still need to use various materials as a medium to cast some powerful spells. Even I will use some materials when using some magic. Strange, it's almost the same as not saying it. 1. Could it be option D, that is, Dad's Master Fang? Wolverine, it's very likely. Now that true is ruled out, and Daddy is caught, among the remaining 3 options, a little girl and a demon, it seems that the Great Wizard is more reliable. Wanda, yes, he is both a wizard and a master, so he must be powerful. Ultraman Hickory, why can't it be Xiaoyu? Peter Parker, Xiaoyu is smart, but she is just a little girl. Thanos, personal ability has nothing to do with age and gender. The strong will not become weak because of these external factors. The wisdom and courage of that little girl make me believe that she can create miracles. I now have the idea of taking her as my goddaughter. Wanda, then train her to be a killer, like you trained Gamora. Thanos, I'm just developing her potential. Wanda, humph. Anyway, I don't think it is a glorious thing to let a little girl fight against the devil. Ultraman Ace, this is to make a spell, not a battle of magic. And do you remember the matter of the Mind Stone? Wolverine, you mean, multiple choice? Magneto, he did not say it was a single choice question. This is not the first time. Fire Demon Saint, what multiple choice? Strange, I thought you were going to hide and announce the answer. Fire Demon Saint, I went to discuss it with my brothers. Bruce Wayne, you still have brothers. Fire Demon Saint, there are 8 of us brothers and sisters in total. The magic energy inside also corresponds to the magic energy of the 8 of us. Heaven, earth, water, fire, moon, mountain, wind, and thunder. Fire Demon Saint, we discussed it, and I think it is possible that he sought my help. Strange, why do you think so? Fire Demon Saint, although I do not recognize that rebellious son, I'm his father after all. This will not change. I'm also the best at restraining him, and I should be in hell with my brothers and sisters at that time. The 8 of us together can definitely provide great help. Bruce Wayne, so how did you fight him? Fire Demon Saint Lord, maybe my evil son finally succeeded in absorbing the demonic energy and was ready to destroy the world. Humans couldn't defeat him, so they had to let me out to help. Constantine, this is indeed possible. When I couldn't defeat some demons and the angels in heaven refused to give me strength, I did seek help from the demons. Wanda, but didn't you say not to borrow the power of demons easily and signed contracts with them? Constantine, not easily, but absolutely not. Constantine, but for me, I have offended so many demons anyway, so I don't need to make contracts with 2 more demons. 1. Is this the legendary debt? That is not a worry. Tony Stark, this is true. Generally speaking, ordinary people who owe money to banks must be very worried, but if you owe hundreds of billions, then the banks are the ones who are worried. Fire Demon Saint Lord, what is the pain card? Can you explain it? Peter Parker, this is a level of punishment card. The lowest level is the pain card, which is not life-threatening, but it will make people feel uncomfortable. Wolverine, he. 1. He. Strange, in fact, pain cards are also life-threatening, such as the extreme taste and spoiled food before. If a person with poor health eats spicy food such as chili peppers under the effect of extreme taste, he may be killed on the spot. Strange, don't think this is a joke. A hot enough chili pepper can really kill people. Strange, not to mention spoiled food, although it can be solved by glucose, it will not work for a long time. Strange, and the power of pain cards is even greater when they are stacked together. You can ask Juan for details. 1. No, you don't want to ask. Peter Parker, it turns out that there is a chance of death when drawing a pain card. Strange, there is a chance of death, even if you don't draw a card. Everyone, this. Chapter 130 discussion. Zimu, which one should you choose? Xiao Feng looked at the 7 options of Abgdefg and felt a little worried. Haha, I choose Xiao. Zimu flapped his wings and said without hesitation, it must be Xiao. Why? Because she is the only human who has entered hell and escaped in tens of millions of years. That little girl. Xiao Feng squinted his eyes and said, I didn't have much contact with her, but the old man left a big impression on me. I know it very well. Zimu grinned and said, I fell into her hands, and more than once. I still think that the old man or his master is more likely. Looking at the 2 demons in front of him, Xiaolin deeply felt that there were not enough smart demons. Holy Lord, tell me what you think. Zhu Lan spoke, among the 5 of us, you have the most contact with that group of guys. Me. The Holy Lord thought for a long time and said, I don't think that human can do anything. Although that evil creature dared to do such a heinous crime and was betrayed by his own family, he has inherited my magic energy. If we don't show up, he will be the highest ranking demon in the world, and the black energy will favor him. There are only 2 ways to defeat him. One is for the agent of righteousness to take action, but I estimate that the evil creature has lost many times. The power of yin and yang balance has been activated. Now it should be the home court of the black energy. Even if the agent of righteousness takes action, he should not be able to do anything big. The second way is to contact us. As long as we take action, how can a rebellious son who inherited our magic energy turn the world upside down? I now have no less than 3 ways to extract the anger from him. I plan to choose myself. Holy Lord, I choose myself. Holy Lord, I now have at least 3 ways to extract the fire from that rebellious son. As long as the 2 humans contact any of our brothers and sisters, they can get the solution to the problem. Holy Lord, if we do it ourselves, then extracting the evil energy is just a matter of thought. Holy Lord, yes, isn't that right? Holy Lord, the devil dragon wants to destroy the world, and humans try to stop it but fail, so humans choose to summon me to solve that rebellious son, and save the world on Earth. What a good story. Wanda, really? Aren't you a demon? Can you save the world too? Holy Lord, I said, I'm the fire demon condensed from the fire of heaven and earth. Protecting the world is our job. If that rebellious son really destroys the world, wouldn't our existence have no meaning? Strange. I hope what you said is true. Bruce Wayne, let's read the questions more. A lot of my important information is actually hidden in the questions. Bruce Wayne, I think the key point of this question should be the word important help. 1. Important help. Help? Aid? Strange. I think options F and G should be ruled out. Strange. That old man is a wizard and also True's master, so it is possible that the old man left some important information about the spell and then was discovered by Xiao and handed over to True. This is a possibility. Considering that it is not the first time that the screening room has played multiple choice questions, the answer is likely to be Xiao and the old man. Bruce Wayne, and that Master Fang. I also heard about souls when I traveled in the east, so it is also possible that Master Fang appeared and instructed True. Strange, indeed. Master Ancient One also appeared in the form of a soul to guide me. In the live broadcast room, everyone was discussing fiercely. There is too little information available now, which is almost the one-sided statement of the Holy Lord. Although the punishment is only a pain card, the previous experience has told everyone not to take the pain card as a punishment card. Captain America, what about Sheriff Blake in District 13? As a special organization that responds to various emergencies, there will definitely be some action. Wanda, give up, Captain. It is the biggest help that they do not make trouble. Believe me, Captain, in our world, Thanos' army is almost at our doorstep, and those brain-dead politicians are still thinking about arresting you and putting you in jail. Wanda, even if the war has already started, what about them? I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Or in other words, it is Wakanda that is being attacked, and it is not their own home that they don't feel sorry for. In the end, it was China that came to help, and after the war, they still clamored to impose an economic blockade on Wakanda and China, on the grounds that it threatened world peace. Bruce Wayne, breaking the law will eventually be judged by law. Wanda, then they not only did not resist the aliens invading the Earth, but instead wanted to capture the warriors who resisted the alien invaders. Is this considered a foul and anti-humanity? How many years should they be sentenced? Bruce Wayne, this. Wolverine, what the little girl said is so right. Wolverine, I have been in the army for so many years and I have seen the disgusting faces of those guys clearly. What kind of shit are they? They dare not get involved with anyone. Wolverine, by the way, I will tell you an unwritten rule in the army, that is, free killing authority. Wolverine, free killing authority is the so-called license to kill. Soldiers with this authority can freely judge whether the target is a threat and whether they can attack. They can attack all units, including civilians, without reporting or taking any responsibility. Wolverine, I have seen a lot of this in the army. I have also been authorized to kill freely. Although there is no civilian blood on my hands, I have killed more people than you have eaten meat. Wanda, no way. Wolverine, girl, that is a war. If there were no conditions, those guys would have used all kinds of methods to rule the earth. For them, death is nothing. Anyway, it is not their own death. Wanda, okay, don't say it anymore. Peter Parker, I think there are still good people. For example, Gwen's father, Chief George, is the chief of police here, and he is also a responsible and good policeman. Loki, hey, are we getting off topic? Aren't we discussing that question? There are only 5 minutes left before the paper is due. Bruce Wayne, I still decided to choose Xiao. I believe that girl can do it. Tomorrow is Friday. Chapter 131 Holy Lord, endure. Actually, there is one thing Strange didn't say. That is, his world is actually the same world as Thanos in the live broadcast room. In order to persuade Thanos to leave, he had to show up in person. Then Kamatage was exposed to the world, and the brainless politicians began to harass, and harass tirelessly. They can't exchange it, even if they have gold now. Sometimes, Strange would sit in the Supreme Sanctuary, looking at the starry sky outside and thinking, is it really that he has poor leadership ability? Why is Kamatage so good in the hands of the Ancient One, but it goes bankrupt every few days when it is passed to him? Image continues. True looked at Xiaoyu and said, we need to get something from the demon dragon, such as his hair. But he is bald. No, he is a reptile, with only scales, and no hair on his body. So scales, blood, and nails are also fine. You mean DNA? Yes, I don't have it yet. True's face became gloomy when he said this. Wait. The teacher said that family members can share genes. Maybe the family of Demon Xiaolan can help us. Note 1. Maybe, but does he have a family? True was stunned and suddenly said, Holy Lord. That's right. It's that old guy. He is locked up in District 13, next to the magic energy storage room. But he is embedded in the stone. Yeah, we can cut a piece of stone down. That's it. After saying that, Xiaoyu waved her hand and ran out. True picked up the magic potion on the table and followed. Demon hell. Ha 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 ha. Holy Lord, you are really going backwards as you live. Go. Zimu laughed so hard that he didn't have the strength to fly. He lay on Xiao Feng's stone and laughed. You were actually locked up by a group of humans. The Holy Lord lowered his head and said nothing. Xiao Feng also had a mocking look on his face. Holy Lord, I didn't expect that you were actually locked up by humans. You were locked up because you didn't come to save us for 1,000 years. Very good, I forgive you. Even DKU I said, Holy Lord, trash, human, locked up, Holy Lord. Hearing that even DKUI, a moron who couldn't even speak a complete sentence, dared to laugh at him, the Holy Lord bit his dragon teeth, a red light flashed in his eyes, and then he continued to watch the live broadcast honestly. A little impatience will ruin a big plan. You will wait for me. Bruce Wayne, locked up. It seems that he really has a problem. Bruce Wayne, I noticed one thing before, that is, the Holy Lord said to let him out. I didn't think much about it at the time, but now I think about it. The more I think about it, the more wrong it is. Why is it released? Because you are locked up. Then the question is, why are you locked up? Peter Parker, no way, you noticed this. Bruce Wayne, Kit, I just think a lot. Holy Lord, humans always panic about things they have never seen. Loki Odinson, that's right. I agree with this. They are lowly, confused creatures that need guidance from humans. Loki Odinson, lowly demon, you are qualified to be the servant of Loki, the god of trickery. Demon hell. The Holy Lord was so angry that the dragon soul was unstable. Who is he? He, the Holy Lord, the demon of fire, one of the 8 great demons, the agent of the black energy, one of the 16 origins of this world. In the prehistoric world, he is an innate god, the chaos demon god. Even the 8 immortals cannot insult him like this. At most, they can kill him. Seeing Loki's barrage, even the demons such as Zulan were unwilling. Although the Holy Lord is a younger brother, he is still a bastard, and Zulan really wants to cut the Holy Lord into pieces. But that is an internal conflict between the 8 great demons. The Holy Lord can only be a servant, so what about Zulan? What about the other demons? Loki, the god of trickery? I remember your name. ZHU Land narrowed his eyes and said nothing, but he had memorized the name in his heart. The video continues. Xiaoyu broke into the storage room of District 13 with ease. Coming here was easier for Xiaoyu than going home. Looking at the coiled dragon statue, Xiaoyu took a deep breath and walked over. The next second, the entire basement, the home of the sad man, began to shake violently, and there was even lightning flashing behind Xiaoyu. Note 2, I'm not afraid of you. You are just a stone statue now. Xiaoyu shouted loudly to give herself courage. Then why are you so scared? The eyes of the stone statue Saint Lord lit up with a scarlet light. As you said, I'm just a stone statue now, without any magic power. But as long as I stand here, I can scare you into a cold sweat. At this moment, the Saint Lord burst out with an unprecedented aura. Zio was surprised to find that the Saint Lord in the state of a stone statue was even more terrifying than the living Saint Lord. Yes, you are right. You are just a paper tiger. I'm not afraid of you. You are still too young. Bruce Wayne said helplessly. It is obvious that you are showing your fear. Although I don't know what this child is going to do next, it is quite disadvantageous in the negotiation. Captain America. After all, she is just a child who is still in school. If you ask her to meet the standards of a soldier, it is really too much. Captain America. Rather than asking what is required of Zio, why don't adults help her? Captain America. No matter what, a child cannot be allowed to participate in dangerous actions. Captain America. Is there no one to take good care of her and arrange elite soldiers to complete this task? Captain America. At her age, she should go to school, study, and join the Boy Scouts, instead of exchanging hostages with an extremely dangerous creature. Wolverine. Yes, what are these guys in District 13 doing? Their sheriff has been kidnapped. Are they still drinking tea and reading newspapers? Bruce Wayne. Maybe they have their own plans. The video continues. I know why you came here. The voice of the Holy Lord was like thunder, and it said, it's my traitor son. It's about to get the devil's energy. But, this is impossible. As long as I'm here. Silly child. Lightning flashed in front of the Holy Lord, and it said, there is only one person in this world who can deal with the devil dragon. That's me. It's father. Then we are friends. Zio said and took out a small pickaxe. What do you want to do? The Holy Lord roared in shock and anger. I think you don't mind if I knock off a few small stones. Zio knocked off a small stone with lightning speed and then ran away. While running, he didn't forget to taunt. Thank you. You don't need to send me. I can go out by myself. Zio ran away with the stone, leaving the Holy Lord, who was helpless and furious and throwing lightning. These uncle and nephew are really made of the same mold. Holy Lord. Loki Odinson. Constantine answered correctly and will be awarded 10 points. Wanda. Wang. Ace Ultraman. No punishment and no reward. Strange draws 2 pain cards. The rest of the answerers draw 1 pain card. Note 1. Anyway, the translation is like this. Note 2. You can watch the original film. Holy Lord really summoned thunder and lightning. I always think that summoning fire is more appropriate. Chapter 132. Plotting loudly with Blake. Demon Hell. TSK TSK TSK. Holy Lord, you are really going backwards as you live. Xiana Feng looked at the Holy Lord and said, you were actually bullied by a little girl. Why didn't you just kill her? I think this is very reasonable. Zimu said seriously that Xiao didn't Bogang suffer from her loss at the beginning? Dicky seemed to remember something at this moment. Hua, it hurts. Oh, Dicky, my good brother, I'm afraid you will be completely stupid after a while. Zimu looked at Dicky with regret. Now that the 8 doors are completely locked, it is no longer a question of whether they can escape or not. It is a question of when to die. The original door of hell still has a chance to open. This is not only a hope, but also allows the demons to maintain a trace of connection with the world above. Although this connection is extremely weak, it can at least ensure that their power is not deprived so quickly. But once the door is completely closed, their connection with the world above is basically completely broken, and both wisdom and power are rapidly reduced at a speed that makes people cry and feel sad. The two with the lowest IQ, although they have become extremely stupid after the ravages of time, at least they can still communicate normally. What about now? How long has it been since the gate of hell was completely blocked? One of them only has food in his mind, and the other speaks one word at a time. Of the remaining 6, Zimu's strength is relatively weak, so he is a little crazy, but he can generally maintain normal sanity. The other few can still remain normal, but it is only a matter of time before they turn into beasts. The weaker the strength, the more power is deprived, and the more power is deprived, the weaker the strength. This is a vicious cycle. That's why the demons didn't mind consuming their strength to punish the Holy Lord. Anyway, they are going to die sooner or later, and they will face the fear of death if they keep their brains, so they might as well get rid of their anger first. By the way, you have 10 points now. Yes. The Holy Lord nodded and said, brothers, don't worry, I believe that, as long as this screening room is there, we will definitely be able to escape. Holy Lord, you'd better pray that the screening room will not give up on you. Xiao Feng's friendly reminder. In the screening room, everyone had a painful expression on their faces. Especially Strange. He planned to try the way that Wang had done before. Considering that Wang had drawn 3 pain cards and almost demolished the temple, he only chose the 2 most reasonable ones. As a result, they all died. Now Strange was just praying that he would not be fined again. The video continues. Xiao ran all the way to escape from the prison of the Holy Lord, and True also came out with a jar on his back. There were flying blue air currents in the jar. It was the evil spirit of the 8 demons. It's almost 3 o'clock, Xiao. It's so easy. Xiao waved the stone in her hand and said, okay, let's go find the demon Xiao Lang. Inside the garbage truck, Jackie Chan and the other 2 are trying to escape. Dad, Sheriff Black said, I think Xiao shouldn't be so stupid as to hand over her magic to the devil Xiao Lang. No, she would do anything to save us. Jackie Chan's words were unanimously nodded in approval by Dad and Sheriff Black. And Xiao did it. To protect your family, you are willing to make a deal with the devil? Constantine smiled bitterly. He now admires the little girl a little. What a good girl, but this behavior will lead to greater casualties. Bruce Wayne frowned and said, it's hard to say. What if you were replaced by that girl, and the 3 hostages were replaced by your parents and your butler Ralphu? Then I would be even crazier than Xiao. Bruce Wayne smiled bitterly and said, in fact, this is human nature. Xiao is really great. Thanos, it is stupid to give powerful power to the enemy in order to protect your family. Wanda, shut up. Purple potato spirit. Wolverine, asterisk. Wanda, humph. I tell you, if I'll let you, I will definitely let you taste the taste of chaos black prison underworld that I completely control. Thanos, am I wrong? If you hand over the magic energy, it will be the people of the whole world who will suffer. I'm just considering it from the perspective of the world. Ultraman Ace, in order to protect your family, there is nothing wrong with this approach. Ultraman Hickory, yes, is it wrong to protect your family? That's right. The murderer, Xiao Lang, is wrong. Ultraman Ace, that's right. Xiao has done everything she can do. She just wants to save her family now. Image continues. Dad touched his chin and said, if Xiao Lang really gets all the magic energy, then there is only one way to deal with him. Dad has to make some adjustments to Dad's magic tracker. Just then, Han Bing and the other 2 came over. Seeing the other party, Sheriff Black immediately began to plot loudly, and he and Jackie Chan played the vanguard to cover Dad's escape. Note 1, and then they really succeeded. Dad successfully escaped, and when the Devil Dragon arrived, only Jackie Chan and Black were left. The Golden Gate Bridge at 3 o'clock in the morning. Xiao said to True, you hide first, and when the Devil Dragon appears, you can recite the spell. We must accurately locate the world. This spell will only work when the Devil Dragon absorbs the magic energy. They are coming. Seeing the big truck, Xiao walked up fearlessly. Where is the magic energy? Where are Jackie Chan and the others? The 2 sides met, no nonsense, and asked directly about the hostages and ransom. The Devil Dragon waved his hand, the lights on the truck were turned on, and Jackie Chan and Black were knocked unconscious and put on the truck. The next second, Han Bing and the other 2 got off the truck. The Demon Dragon turned around and pointed at the 3 people and said, I told you. Wait in the car. We have changed our minds now. Han Bing said viciously, we don't want to do what you said. While speaking, the 3 surrounded the Demon Dragon. Why should we let you get all the magic energy? Seeing that he was surrounded, the Demon Dragon did not get angry but laughed. He asked, do you want to take away some of the magic energy? Not some, but all. As soon as Han Bing finished speaking, a fireball hit the Demon Dragon. The Demon Dragon jumped to avoid the fireball and escaped from the encirclement of the 3 people. He casually removed a railing and took it in his hand as a weapon. Although I have lost my temper now, I can still deal with you 3. After that, the 4 humanoid creatures fought together. Looking at the chaotic scene in front of him, Truran was numb. This is not part of our plan. Demon Xiao Lang fought fiercely with Han Bing and the other 2. Although Demon Xian Long lost his magic energy, he could still fight back and forth with Han Bing and the other two. The four of them fought, but the Golden Gate Bridge was in trouble. After a fierce fight, Demon Xian Long was still thrown off the bridge. "What bad luck, that old guy is afraid of water," Han Bing said mercilessly. The three drove away Xiaoyu and True, and prepared to divide the spoils, but found that they could not divide them. 3 people, 8 magic energy, how to divide it? 3 divided by 8, can't be divided. Let me think about it. How about one person take 2, and the remaining 2 people take 3? Then let's do it. Boxer, you take the magic energy of the Earth Demon and the Moon Demon. This is the best, understand? Note 1, yes, it was really said in front of Han Bing and the other 3. Chapter 133 Watching a small theater. Demonic hell. Xiaolan didn't say anything on the surface, but from the frequency of his tongue shaking, it can be seen that he is in a relatively happy mood now. DKUI. Strong. DKUI waved his fist happily. You don't know what you are talking about. Zimu expressed dissatisfaction. He is the demon of the sky, mastering the power of the sky. Natural disasters such as thunder and lightning, storms, blizzards, and droughts are all under his authority. Although he is now very weak, and the power of thunder, and lightning storms and rainstorms has been divided by other demons, but Zimu's power is still extremely strong. Although he may not be as good as Xiaolan, but with the remaining 6 guys, Zimu is confident that he can fight them on equal terms in his prime. The video continues. After the 3 Hanbings absorbed the 8 kinds of demonic energy, they were extremely arrogant. The venomous snake couldn't wait to use the power of the thunder and lightning demon Zhangsu to attack Jackie Chan. Just as the trio made a second-year speech such as turning the world upside down, a taxi drove over, and the person sitting in the passenger seat was Dad. The old man held the pufferfish and chanted a spell. Go away, demons and ghosts, go away. Seeing the old man, the 3 Hanbing who were originally arrogant suddenly panicked. That old man is here with his junk. Having fought with Jackie Chan and others many times, the 3 Hanbing knew very well that this old man might not be able to fight, maybe, but the spells in his hands were indeed their nemesis. Sir must have made adjustments to the tracker so that he can absorb all the magic energy at once. True and Xiaoyu were also very surprised to see the old man. Go away, demons and ghosts, go away. A beam of emerald green light hit the 3 Hanbing. The 3 Hanbing had just absorbed it not long ago, and the magic energy had not even had time to transform their bodies. In this case, all 8 magic energies were forced out by the old man. But the magic energy that was originally expected to be absorbed by the magic tracker flew to another place. That is the bottom of the Golden Gate Bridge. Oh. I didn't expect this thing to have problems. Yagamimoyaga Michiwa, Yagamimoyaga Michiwa. The demon dragon put his hands together, chanted the magic spell in his mouth, and the magic energy swarmed into the demon dragon's body. The demon dragon is absorbing all the magic energy. How did he do it, Dad? I don't know either. Dad squinted his eyes and looked at the demon dragon who was absorbing the magic energy and said, Dad has never heard of such a spell. Just when Han Bing and the other 2 were confused, Dad Jackie Chan was worried, and the taxi driver was scared. Xiaoyu said to True, the demon dragon must have learned a new spell. True, it's your turn. True also reacted at this moment. Perhaps because the power contained in the 8 magic energies was too huge, or perhaps because the righteous energy deliberately made trouble. It was originally only a matter of seconds for the demon dragon to absorb the magic energy, but now not only did he have to chant the spell, but it also took a very long time. True took out the magic spell he had prepared and started fighting with the demon dragon, Mitana Kikimita. But before True finished his spell, a pure white lightning fell from the sky. Everyone was struck by lightning and hid everywhere, and in the sky, the demon dragon was shrouded in blue-purple light. Humans, take another look at this world. A huge current hit the Golden Gate Bridge, and the Golden Gate Bridge collapsed instantly. Fortunately, there was a fishing boat passing by below, and everyone fell on the pile of fish, and no one was injured. In the sky, the dark clouds around the demon dragon quickly covered it with a thought, and the next second, the dark clouds turned directly into blood red. In the screening room, Master, is there any explanation for this magic? Tony asked puzzledly. Why did he go to so much trouble to change the color of the dark clouds? I don't know. Strange shook his head and said, the magic and demons in this world are completely different from what I know. Using my knowledge to explain the magic system of this world is like using physics knowledge to explain chemical phenomena. The two have something in common, but it is complete nonsense to force an explanation. It may be an environmental problem. Hikaru said, remember what the Devil's Eye Long said before. He said that he would destroy the human world and then let demons rule the world. Maybe this kind of red cloud is more suitable for the living environment of demons. Bruce Wayne, in other words, he intends to change the ecological environment of the Earth. Strange also said at this moment, if you analyze it according to your way of thinking, then I can indeed talk about it. The King of Hell, Mephisto. This is a big demon in our world. He is extremely powerful in Hell. Even the Ancient One and the God King Odin cannot defeat Mephisto in Hell. It's a draw at most. But after leaving Hell, Mephisto's power will be constantly weakened. If he leaves Hell for a long enough time, perhaps an ordinary Kamatage mystic can defeat the legendary King of Hell Mephisto. However, Strange looked at the blood-red dark clouds with a worried look on his face and said, once the environment is changed, humans may suffer a disaster. Holy Lord, it shouldn't be a big problem. Millions of years ago, the environment on Earth was like this. Didn't humans still live well with demons, gods, and other creatures? Holy Lord, my rebellious son is indeed a little rebellious, but he is only considering from the perspective of his own people. Besides, humans can still live well in that environment. Holy Lord, I also sheltered a lot of humans at the time. Didn't they still reproduce and thrive? King, shelter? I think it's slavery. Holy Lord, it's up to you to say that. Anyway, they did call me the master at that time. Bruce Wayne, sure enough. Holy Lord, sure enough. What is sure enough? Without me, those humans would have died long ago. Holy Lord, the wild environment was harsh at that time, and all kinds of powerful black creatures were everywhere. Being my slave, apart from anything else, it would definitely be no problem to stay alive. No other black creatures dared to touch my slaves. Holy Lord, humans living in the wild are in danger from day to night. Maybe in one night, the whole tribe was eaten clean. Even if they were not eaten, they would be hungry every day. Being my slave, you can have 3 meals a day, and you don't have to worry about being eaten by black creatures. Such conditions, in that era, were fought over by humans. Peter Parker, listen to Mr. Holy Lord, it seems that he really helped those ordinary people. Captain America, silly boy, the past was the past, and now is now. In their world, in the past, maybe being a slave to the devil was indeed a good thing, but there are no devils in that world now. Peter Parker, that's right. Demon hell. Holy Lord, don't you want to have a good relationship with those humans? Why do I think you are angering them? Curse Blue asked in confusion. He was not interested in what the Holy Lord did, but if it delayed his escape from hell, then, sorry, even Zio Feng would have to die. If possible, ZHU Lan would have grabbed this magical live broadcast room long ago. On December 24, 1950, the Volunteer Army successfully ended the second anti-aid campaign, completely crushed the attempt of a certain army to occupy North Korea, and forced the enemy to switch from offense to defense. The Volunteer Army reached the 38th parallel across the board, fundamentally reversing the situation in the Korean War. This night was a night of victory that our predecessors exchanged for with their blood and lives, and it was a peaceful night that our predecessors fought for us. P.S. I didn't plan to update it, but seeing this, I think I have to update it to let more people know. Chapter 134 The Holy Lord is in the act. True and false. False and true. The Lord said calmly, pleasing those humans blindly will only make them suspicious. We are noble demons after all. Even if I'm willing, won't you feel uncomfortable watching it? No, it's fun. Zimu shouted. Anyway, you are embarrassed, and we are watching the show. The Lord was silent for a short while, and chose to continue watching the live broadcast. MD, I can't afford to provoke. Can I afford to delay it? Wait for me to delay it for decades, and you, Zimu, will be almost the same as Bogangdaki. The video continues. The demon dragon changed the celestial phenomena of the entire earth in a single thought. Although it seems that it is useless except for pretending to be cool for the time being, it is really bluffing. The demon dragon flew away directly, leaving the Hanbin trio. What should we do then? Hanbin said at this moment, if the demon dragon really wants to turn the earth upside down, I must follow him like a tail, understand? After that, Hanbin took the lead and ran in the direction where the demon dragon flew away. Everyone was puzzled. Why do they think they will be accepted by the demon dragon? Yes, even ordinary people will not accept people who betrayed them. I don't understand, but I'm shocked. The video continues. Sheriff Black has returned to District 13. He said to the police officers of District 13, at 3 o'clock in the morning, the demon dragon has absorbed 8 demonic spirits. We must be prepared. Looking at Black speaking on the podium, Dad spread his hands helplessly. After so many years, Black still doesn't understand the principle of using magic to defeat magic. After arranging the task, Black went to Jackie Chan to discuss countermeasures. At that time, the demon dragon ran to the east. Police officer Xiaoi requests to execute the task. Let's catch up with them. The two turned around and saw that Xiaoi was now wearing a black dress and a pair of sunglasses on her face. Seeing this, Black said directly, "You have done a lot of things tonight, and you should go to rest now." Seeing that Black did not intend to let her participate in the mission, Xiaoi hurriedly said, "I didn't intend to let the demon dragon take the magic energy. I have a plan." "I know, Xiaoi, you are trying to protect us." Jackie Chan squatted down and said to Xiaoi, "I'm very grateful to you, but from now on, this task should be handed over to adults to complete." Sheriff Black added, in an underground prison in District 13, the old man said to a guy, "The demon dragon ate 8 magic energies. Do you have a spell that can remove the spell on him? Why should I help you?" The one who talked to the old man was the Holy Lord. "For revenge. My son did betray me, but I will be happy for him to destroy your world. Once the 8 demons gather, nothing can stop him, nothing. Then we don't need to talk anymore. Wait. Let me out, and let me deal with the demon dragon. You may still have a chance." "Ah. This old man can't do it." "Then wait for the end of the earth. Demon hell. The Lord knows that there is no need to act. He can show his cards." Careless. Strange. Sure enough, the words of the devil can't be believed. Wonder, I thought this guy would be a good devil. The Lord. What? Did I do something wrong? Wonder, now the evidence is conclusive. You still don't admit it? The Lord. What did I admit? Have I lied to you? Think carefully about what you asked me and my answer. When have I ever lied to you? The Lord knows very well that up to now, the words he said are either true, or they are dealing with things that cannot be verified at all. If there are any unfavorable scenes in the video next, then fine, he will admit it. But as long as there are no scenes in the video, his lies will not be exposed. Wonder, didn't you say before that you are a good demon? Holy Lord, don't use your human moral standards to regulate me. For us demons and gods, what is good for the world is justice, and what is bad for the world is evil. Holy Lord, I, the Holy Lord, have worked hard to guard the world for countless years, and defeated countless alien visitors. I have made great achievements in the war, and the world consciousness personally recognized it. Of course, I, the Holy Lord, am a good demon. Peter Parker, in the video, you said you wanted to watch the Earth being destroyed. Holy Lord, what does the destruction of your human Earth have to do with me? I want to protect the Earth, not you humans. Holy Lord, the demon dragon may exterminate humans, but he will not destroy the Earth. As long as the Earth is fine, what does it matter if one less race is nothing? Holy Lord, the world has been born for so many years. There are so many races that have disappeared in the long river of history. All the gods back then are dead. Only the 8 of us are left to linger and protect the Earth. Holy Lord, do you know how I have been through all these years? Exclamation mark. Holy Lord, the world has changed drastically. If I don't hide in hell, my power will dissipate. You humans tricked me out and sealed me in stone to take away my power. Exclamation mark. Holy Lord, do you know that I'm protecting this world with my life before you humans were born? Holy Lord, you don't know anything at all. You traitors. For the sake of power, you actually sealed your former guardian god in stone. Devil's hell. The Holy Lord acted crazily without changing his expression. Can you fool them? Difficult. The Holy Lord said. Now we can only hope that the video later will show some scenes of me defeating the demon dragon to protect the world above ground. How about a showdown? Xiao Feng said, although this group of humans is powerful, it seems that they don't have the final say in this screening room. No, don't underestimate this group of humans. The Holy Lord said, this is not the first time we've suffered losses at the hands of humans. Since this screening room can show my future, it is very likely that it can also provide the function of traveling through the world. What if we finally escape in the future, and these humans come across the world to protect that damn justice and beat us to death? No one in this world can kill us completely, but what if there are such people in other worlds? A little impatience will ruin a big plan. When we accumulate enough strength in the future, it will be time for us to counterattack the human world. The Holy Lord's eyes flashed red. First break the seal, then destroy the human world above ground, and finally find a way to seize the power of the screening room. Rule more worlds. I, the Holy Lord and the 8 demons, have no intention of clearing my name, so let them go all the way to the end. Chapter 135 Holy Lord, I can still make it. The Lord's roaring speech really stunned many people. The original suspicion of him was reversed. Peter Wanda and other young people are not experienced enough, their beliefs are not firm, and they are easily influenced. Some adults know very well how flexible the moral bottom line of human beings is. They sealed the guardian god who protected them in the past to extract power. This kind of thing is something that humans can do. Constantine thought for a while, but still didn't say anything, and continued to watch the video. What kind of guy this demon is, you will know if you watch it. Bruce analyzed the Lord's previous words one by one, and soon he thought of some things that were not right. Bruce Wayne, your attitude before and after is a little bit wrong. Bruce Wayne, compared with you now, you were a little too peaceful before. Bruce Wayne, if you were really sealed by humans and hated humans, you would not have the attitude before, and your attitude changed when your father talked to you in the video. Bruce Wayne, don't you think that his attitude change is a bit too abrupt? Holy Lord, how do I know if this is a conspiracy of you humans? Being questioned by a demon whether humans have used a conspiracy against him, this feeling made several wizards feel strange. Demon hell. Holy Lord, can you still hold on? Don't argue, this is much more tiring than fighting. The Holy Lord narrowed his eyes and kept presetting the possible questions and difficulties that the other party might have next. I shouldn't have acted so exaggeratedly before. Acting? Why, Holy Lord? DKU, I asked puzzledly. We, the demons, they, the traitors, should be killed. Yes. The Holy Lord's eyes lit up, and he started typing directly. Holy Lord, do you know why the demon Xiao Long said that he would destroy the current human world and establish a demon world? Question mark. Peter Parker, because he wants to rule the world. Holy Lord, that's right. But not entirely correct. Holy Lord, a long time ago, our world was not like this. Holy Lord, at that time, in our world, gods and demons coexisted on the earth. In addition to us, there were many intelligent life groups, elves, griffins, centaurs, blood races, fishmen, dragons, shadows. Holy Lord, and humans are the weakest intelligent life. Holy Lord, you don't have any special talents. You can't use any of the power of heaven and earth, such as fire, ice and lightning. You don't have a strong physique to fight against wild beasts. You don't have a keen sense of ki to sense the black ki and the positive ki. Although you are intelligent, your strength is no different from those wild beasts. Even worse than wild beasts. Holy Lord, it's us who protected you. Let you humans learn writing and build civilization. Holy Lord, it's us. We gave you humans the opportunity to survive. Holy Lord, if it weren't for us, you humans would have disappeared in the long river of history. Holy Lord, but how did you repay us? Holy Lord, the world changed drastically. We fell into a deep sleep. You humans eliminated dissidents and almost slaughtered other races. When I woke up, the world had become the world of you humans. Holy Lord, then what? We want to restore our rule. Change the world back. You appear to be obedient, but in fact you secretly kill me. Imprison me in the stone. Holy Lord, my other 7 brothers and sisters were also withdrawn to hell to heal. My dear brother DKUI has now become a fool who can't even speak clearly. Holy Lord, the culprit of all this is you humans. Bruce Wayne, you still want to rule humans. Holy Lord, why can't we rule humans? It was like this thousands of years ago, and it is of course the same after we wake up. Isn't this unreasonable? Exclamation mark. Bruce Wayne, no, Mr. Holy Lord, that's not what I mean, but no one would like to have an extra ruler above their heads, especially if that ruler is not human. Holy Lord, that's why I said you are traitors. I'm your ruler and protector, and you betrayed me. Holy Lord, you are not only betrayers, but also destroyers of the world. This world needs balance, and your behavior of dominating the world has destroyed this balance. Holy Lord, the power of this world is dissipating. In another tens of millions of years, the world will be destroyed because of this. And all this is because of you humans. Demon hell. Okay, it's back. The Holy Lord said calmly, as long as no more truth appears in the next video, they won't be able to find any flaws in my words. I don't think it's likely. Xiao Feng said, Holy Lord, you are not a good thing. Even if you want to fight with your rebellious son later, it must be for the throne. You will be exposed at that time. It's okay, it can be restored. The Holy Lord said, I didn't say how good my relationship with humans is. On this basis, I can still make it up. The video continues. No, Mr. Mayor, this is not a drill. We must quickly evacuate the citizens of the entire city now. Sheriff Black is communicating with the mayor of San Francisco. Meteor shower. It's flying towards us. It's very large. We have to evacuate the citizens quickly. Blake could only think of a way to fool the mayor first. Jackie Chan and the other 2 were going to think of other ways. Xiaoi was still begging Jackie Chan to take her with him. Uncle Long, I messed up everything. I have to do something. No, Xiaoi, I understand your feelings, but District 13 is the safest place in the city now. You have to take her here. True, you take care of her. Okay, don't worry. In a stadium, the 3 people of Hanbing looked at the demon Xiao Long in the sky and smiled awkwardly. Boss, this is all a misunderstanding. Under the blood-red dark clouds, the demon Xiao Long looked at his 3 men and showed a cruel smile. I can't stand betrayal. The demon Xiao Long clenched his fist, and a blue light lit up, and the 3 people of Hanbing fell directly into the ground. Oh, this is too bad. Looking at the sky with lightning and thunder, Hanbing and the other 2 looked like they were going to die. Dad's antique shop. Dad was reading at his desk, trying to find a way to deal with the demon dragon. At this time, there was a knock on the door. It's already been proofed, Dad said without turning his head, but the knocking on the door still didn't stop. Dad arrived at the door, and there was clearly a big hole next to it. Note 1. Oops. Dad immediately took a fighting stance when he saw someone coming. Don't be so nervous, old man. Zhao, wearing sunglasses, hurriedly began to explain. We are not here to hurt you. Afu, yeah, we just heard that the demon dragon is going to dominate the world again. Arfen, I thought it was a meteor shower. Lasu, there's something wrong with you, buddy. Note 1. My writing skills are limited, and I really recommend you to watch the original film for this section. I'll go back home and update it in the evening. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 136, The Demonic Little Dragon and the 8 Demons' True Form. In any case, this world cannot be destroyed yet. Yeah, we just got out of the cell. This is unfair. So have you decided, Dad? We are freelancers, and the price is fair. We won't take anything from you. Lasso also added. Dad dragged his chin and thought for a while, then said, then what are you waiting for outside? Why don't you come in and help Dad? There is one more thing. Generally speaking, only people who can't find a job will call themselves freelancers for face. In the stadium, Hanbing and the other 2 had just crawled out of the ground when they heard a burst of alarm bells. The next second, tanks, planes, and laser vehicles all arrived and launched an attack on this place. Looking at the tanks that came in, Han Bing and the other three collectively saluted in French. Although they are still in dragon mode now, with strong physical fitness, it is okay to bully ordinary people who are unarmed. If the opponent does not use heavy weapons, it is not impossible to fight, but forget about things like tanks. And the other side not only has tanks, but also laser cannons, a high-tech weapon, which is being developed at the same time. Okay, tell me quickly, where is the demon dragon? Looking at the extremely fast movement of District 13 in the video, Wanda and others were so jealous. Even if Sheriff Black has great power, he can mobilize the entire District 13 to attack, and he can also mobilize all the citizens in a short time. If their government can have half of this kind of action, they won't be so envious. Wanda roughly compared the government of her world with the one in the video, and then came to a conclusion. If it is her own government, there are probably two possibilities now. 1. Don't believe it. 2. Believe it, and then say that the demon is not to be feared. Don't worry about it, but the dangerous power of magicians and magic must be regulated. Then when they find that they can't deal with the demon dragon, they will choose to use nuclear bombs, and if the nuclear bombs can't cure it, they will start to prepare to drop it. The video continues. Han Bing and the other two heard what Blake said, smiled at each other, and looked up at the sky together. In the sky, in the vortex of dark clouds, lightning flashed, and a huge figure appeared in front of everyone. The demon dragon, the true form of the 8 demons. The body as big as a mountain, the huge horns on the forehead, the wings on the back, the 3 tentacles on the chin, and the skull eyes, all showed the horror of the opponent. The current demon dragon gathered the characteristics of the other 7 demons. The horns of DKUI, the face of Zhu Lan, the neck of Xiao Feng, the wings of Zimu, the tentacles of Beixia, the horns of Zhang Su, and the huge body of Bo Gang. If it weren't for the iconic clothes, Jackie Chan would never have associated this Cthulhu style monster with the demon dragon. The demon dragon looked down at the humans below and said jokingly, "Are you looking forward to a fight? Let's start." At the command of Chief Black, the police officers of District 13 opened fire collectively. The scene at this moment was extremely shocking. A battalion of firepower launched an attack on a behemoth. On the ground, laser gun trucks, tanks, and police officers holding rifles aimed at the demon dragon and shot at it. In the sky, several armed helicopters surrounded the demon dragon and fired missiles one after another. In the video, the human firepower was fierce, but the faces of the people in the live broadcast room and the screening room were extremely ugly at the moment. They saw it very clearly from the god's perspective. The human weapons did not hit the demon dragon at all. Whether it was lasers or artillery shells, they exploded directly at least 5 meters away from the demon dragon. Huge clouds of smoke filled the demon dragon, but these attacks did not cause any harm to the demon dragon at all. They tried their best to attack the demon dragon, even at the cost of their lives, but it was like a joke to the demon dragon. A clown show for his happiness. The devil dragon can blow away an armed helicopter with just a breath, and a golden lightning can blow up an armed helicopter with a thought, but human attacks can't even scratch it. Damn it, what should we do if this monster appears in our world? Everyone couldn't help but think of this question. If it's my world, Thor and Hulk can fight this guy, but the battle situation is unknown. Tony said, and Wanda in our world, if she can stably exert the power of the Infinity Stones, she can also deal with this monster. Our world is similar. Strange said, although the power system is different, I'm confident that I can deal with that monster. Wanda, when my chaos magic is perfected, I'm not afraid of 10 more. Wanda, I want to fight 10. Bruce Wayne frowned. He really didn't have any clues about this guy, and he also arranged for the Wayne group to search for information about the people in the screening room, but he didn't find any. However, this also indirectly shows that his world does not have so many messy things. Although there are all kinds of messy supervillains in his world, those world-destroying demons at least do not exist. In this case, his world is relatively safe. Mr. Hikaru, if a demon dragon appears in my world, can I defeat him? Peter looked at the demon dragon in the video that looked like a world-destroying demon and asked worriedly, although I have obtained the light of an Ultraman, my power is still very weak. You have to believe in yourself, kid. Hikaru handed Peter a drink and said, as long as you don't give up the light in your heart, you will definitely win. But Peter was still a little worried while watching the video. What should I do if one day I encounter an enemy that I really can't deal with? This, Hikaru didn't know how to answer. After all, in their place, if you can't beat them, you can still ask for help. If you still can't beat them, you can combine them, such as fusing a Super Taro without a suit. If that doesn't work, then Ultra Father will take action. If Ultra Father can't beat them, isn't there still Ultra King to back them up? If King Ao is no match for you, then you can be prepared to accept your fate calmly. Ultraman Ace, if you really try your best, then it will be fine. Ultraman Ace, Peter, you are just a child. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. Protecting the world is not your responsibility alone. Peter Parker, but the greater the ability, the greater the responsibility. Ultraman Ace, yes, the greater the ability, the greater the responsibility. Since you don't have the ability to protect the world, you don't need to bear the responsibility of protecting the world. Ultraman Ace, child, you are delusional. Ultraman Hickory, yes, I was confused by you, Peter. Protecting the world is never a one-person thing. We Ultra Warriors have never been unilaterally protecting the Earth, but fighting together with humans. Ultraman Hickory, Ace, when you come to the live broadcast room later, bring my light particle extractor and energy analyzer. I will try to decipher the light in Peter's body. On Christmas Day of 1991, our big brother passed away. Although he was a Soviet revisionist, I still feel a bit sad. Let us miss our big brother deeply on this day, and pour another layer of cement on his grave. Chapter 137. I asked you to imitate, not to surpass. The video continues. Explosions and flames bloomed all over the stadium. The demon dragon defeated the attacking humans with an absolute overwhelming advantage. Although the 8 demonic energies are only a small part of the power of the 8 demons in their heyday, the 8 demonic energies gathered are enough to cultivate a big demon looking. At the retreating District 13, Hanbing and the other two felt that they were ready again and were about to chase them, but the demon dragon said, I have another task for you now. I will give each of you another demonic energy, landmine wind. After absorbing the demonic energy, the 3 Hanbings changed dramatically, and each of them showed corresponding demonic characteristics. My compatriots are about to return to this world, and a completely destroyed human city will be a good gift for them. What should we do, boss? I want you to destroy District 13 and all the police officers. I want them to never be reincarnated. A moment later, the demon dragon flew over the city, spewing a huge column of fire from its mouth to destroy the city. People are fleeing, and at this moment in District 13, Xiaoyu is thinking about how to help. Right. The talisman. True. Let's go give the talisman to Uncle Long. Xiaoyu said excitedly. Now the demon dragon has eaten 8 magic spirits, but we still have the talisman. But, Xiaoyu. Just as True hesitated, a strong tremor hit. The 3 ice people. The power of the earth demon is really suitable for dealing with buildings built underground. While the 3 ice people were wreaking havoc, Xiaoyu ran towards the storage room, where the talisman was kept. In the outside world, the demon dragon was still wreaking havoc. In Dad's antique shop, Dad is preparing a spell. Cod scales. Coming right up. Afan took out the corresponding materials, but was shaken by the earthquake and his feet were unstable. Prairie dog nails. Here they come. Butterfly wing powder. Big flower butterfly wings or swallowtail butterfly wings. On the bridge outside, Jackie Chan and Sheriff Black were trying their best to pull up a car that was about to fall into the water. Just when the two were about to give up, someone suddenly came to help them. The remaining members of the Dragon team, the wrestler Bull Warrior's fanboy Parker, and the Thief Snake. With the combined efforts of everyone, the car was finally pulled up. At this moment, the 13th district was already collapsing, and Xiaoyu had just taken all the 12 talismans. Run, Xiaoyu. True grabbed Xiaoyu and tried to run away, but was blocked by Hanbing and the other two. You can't go there either. Hanbing, who possessed the magic of the earth, waved his hand, and the entire corridor began to collapse in an instant. A concrete slab above True's head also fell down. Seeing this, Xiaoyu wanted to find the bull talisman, but the more busy you are, the more chaotic it is, and the more chaotic it is, the busier it is. This sentence seems to be a truth, no matter which world it is in. The bull talisman could not be found, and the speed of the collapse of District 13 was getting faster and faster. True desperately wanted Xiaoyu to leave. Xiaoyu had no choice but to activate the power of the rabbit talisman to escape from the scene. In just a blink of an eye, Xiaoyu ran from the underground District 13 to the ground. In an instant, the huge District 13, together with the shelter buildings on the ground, turned into ruins, leaving only a telephone booth intact. True. What happened just now? Tony blinked and asked, how did that little girl run so much distance in an instant? 1. It is obviously the power of the talisman, and if you want to answer this question, you have to add the Holy Lord. Holy Lord, humph. This is the power that you humans stole from me. This is my divine power. My Holy Lord, my power, my anger. You traitors and thieves even took my dragon teeth. You even pulled out my teeth. Although I don't know why I want to beat that rebellious son, but the destruction of you humans by him can be regarded as the rebellious son's revenge for his father, me. Thanos, why blame others for your own stupidity? In my opinion, the purpose of your son is simply ridiculous. With huge power, he does nothing but rule a planet. Holy Lord, what do you think? Exclamation mark. Thanos, I have always worked hard for the balance of the universe. I once aimed to destroy half of the population of the universe. For this, I paid any price to collect 6 infinite gems, just to be able to destroy half of the life in the universe with a snap of my fingers, and relieve the resource crisis of the universe. Thanos, but now I find that this method cannot solve the population and resource problems once and for all, so I started to look for new ways. Demon hell. The demons looked at Thanos' speech and suddenly felt that their vision was small. While he was still fighting for the territory of a planet, others were already planning to wipe out half of the life in the universe. Xilan was the one who knew the universe best among the 8 demons. He had found the remains of civilization on Mars, but no trace of life. He wanted to leave the solar system to see a more distant world, but he couldn't. But Xilan had a rough idea of the size of the universe. That is, the universe is very big. A small solar system is not worth mentioning the universe. Even the Milky Way is not worth mentioning. So Xilan knew better than his brothers and sisters how terrifying it was to wipe out half of the population of the universe. I, Xilan, am ashamed of myself and admit defeat. Wanda, what are you going to do now? You won't kill people again. Thanos, child, I said that killing is just one of my means. If there is a better plan, I will certainly not use that inefficient method. Thanos, I got a batch of books on Earth through Strange, and there are some plans in them that are worth trying. Wanda, for example. Thanos, for example, adjusting living capital and pressure. When a couple can easily feed 10 or 20 children, they definitely don't mind raising 5 children. But when a couple can't even survive by starving themselves, let alone 5 or 10 children, they are unwilling to have even 1 child because they can't afford it. Thanos, so I decided to start the experiment on Gamora's home planet. First, I spread the concept of fewer births, better quality, and a happy life, so that people gradually began to reduce the idea of giving birth, and then adjusted the pressure of life. The days of picking some fruits in the wild are no longer there. If you don't want to starve to death, you have to work. Moreover, the labor is extremely heavy. An adult consumes a lot of energy to feed himself, and it takes even more effort to feed a child. Children who grow up in this environment will have a psychological shadow on giving birth and raising offspring. Under the influence of generations, giving birth will naturally become something that no one wants to do. Strange, no. I asked you to imitate, not to surpass. The school has a power outage, the computer is running low, and my phone is running low. If I can't keep up with today's update, please don't scold me. Woo woo woo. Chapter 138 The Open Gate of Hell. Strange, you are going from one extreme to another. Strange is confused. Is he an accomplice of genocide in disguise? Thanos, of course I know. So when the population starts to decline, I will naturally control the pressure and at the same time strongly encourage families with more children. and guide people to be willing to have children by issuing subsidies and rewards. Thanos. Now I have started to implement it. It will take many years to verify my ideas, but as long as it succeeds, I will find a way to promote my ideas to the whole universe. Thanos. But if you want to promote this method to the whole universe, you still need the support of powerful forces, so I will not give up collecting infinite gems. Strange, so I was talking to a cow that day, right? Thanos. No. You made me realize that the previous approach was an inefficient and meaningless approach. Demon hell. The demons looked like I didn't understand, but I was shocked. This guy called Thanos is even more cruel than these demons. They just want to rule the world, but he wants to destroy half of the life in the universe. The video continues. Dad's antique shop. Oops. A strong voice sounded, and Dad covered his forehead with both hands and said, "The experiment failed. The spell doesn't work." "What do you mean? The earth is going to be destroyed?" Zach asked. When the four of them heard this, their expressions were surprisingly calm. "I like this. My mother lives nearby." Lassu's tone was as if it was not the earth that was going to be destroyed, but his hometown was going to be demolished. "We must conduct the experiment again." Dad brought the four people to District 13, the ruins. Oh my, District 13 has become a ruin. There is only one telephone booth left. That's terrible. I still think District 13 looked better before. I don't like it at all. Here are some delicious donuts. Shut up. Dad turned around and pointed at the four people and said, "Do you want to make some extra money? If so, dig a hole." "Okay. I like hard labor. I've become a hamster." On the other side of the baseball field, Team Dragon also arrived here. At this moment, Jackie Chan and his friends challenge the devil in their mortal bodies. Looking at Team Dragon on the screen, who challenged the devil's Ian along under the 8 demons' true bodies in their mortal bodies, everyone could only cheer them on. By the way, does anyone remember that the title of this video is Holy Lord, the Battle of Father and Son? Tony stroked his beard and said, "If I'm not mistaken, the next plot is probably that Jackie Chan and his friends are defeated by their opponents, and then Dad releases Holy Lord in District 13 and lets Holy Lord defeat the Devil Dragon." Bruce Wayne nodded and said, "Yes, I guess it's almost time now." And they dare to challenge such a powerful enemy with their mortal bodies. They are all warriors and heroes. But doesn't the government have any reinforcement? Even if there is, I'm afraid it won't be able to provide much help to the battle situation. Bruce Wayne shook his head and said, "The Devil Dragon has already fought against District 13, and all the artillery shells and lasers are useless. In this case, even if the government can come to support, there won't be much they can do. What the government should do now is to evacuate residents to prevent greater casualties. As for the battle, I can't think of a better means of attack, except throwing nuclear bombs." Nuclear bombs. Tony's face turned black. He had a psychological shadow on this thing. Wolverine, at least the government of this world is not dragging its feet, which is already quite a good help. Wanda, yes, if it were the government of our world, it would have to find ways to trick Jackie Chan and the others. Captain America, then how can they defeat this enemy? Do they have to borrow the power of the Lord? Strange, the old man said before that magic should be used to defeat magic. I think even if humans defeat demons themselves, they have to use the power of magic. Lord, no need to think about it. I have probably guessed the next plot. Jackie Chan and the others hold back my unfilial son, and then the old man digs me out, removes my seal, and lets me deal with the unfilial son. Lord, it's that simple. Strange, but they are just ordinary people. Although they are good, they will definitely suffer when facing some demons that can use the power of heaven and earth. Lord, if it were just them, of course, but when that little guy ran away, he took my talisman with him. Holy Lord, even if the spell is at least a part of my power, it is still enough to deal with my unfilial son. Holy Lord, I'm his father. He can't surpass me. Wanda, but you are so strong. How did you get tricked in the first place? Demon hell. Very good. They are starting to believe. The Holy Lord is very satisfied with the current situation. Different values, victims tricked by humans and demons who try to rule the world, and are defeated by warriors are completely different concepts. One is a victim and the other is a captured criminal. Although the Holy Lord does not understand what a victim is, he still understands similar principles. The video continues. Although Jackie Chan and his friends are all good players, and they are no worse than the 3 ice players in terms of backing, the bodies strengthened by the magic energy and the elemental power given by the magic energy allow the 3 ice players to easily crush the members of the dragon team. In the sky, the demon dragon chanted the spell again. Yatamichi Yatamichiwa. The demon dragon clapped his hands, and a huge crack appeared on the ground. It seemed like a crack leading to the abyss. The next second countless bone dragon souls rushed out of it. Oh, bad luck. What is this? The gate to hell. Holy Lord, this rebellious son. Strange, Mr. Holy Lord, can you explain what this is? Holy Lord, this is the black gas creature that entered hell with us. As time goes by, most of the black gas creatures have died. Some of their souls gathered together after death and turned into brand new black gas creatures. Holy Lord, this rebellious son obviously intends to summon the former black gas creatures to restore the environment of this world to the era of hundreds of races living together tens of millions of years ago. Chapter 139. He used to be a king until his father came. T-Girl Xiaoyu is here. A crisp voice sounded, and Xiaoyu, wearing a black vest and sunglasses, appeared on the stage. Beside her were a pig, a rooster, and a toy moose. What kind of combination is this? Peter Parker, well, even if Xiaoyu can't find any proper helpers, she can't just bring a few animals. Holy Lord, amulet. My amulet. That's mine. My. Everyone ignored the mumbling of the Holy Lord and continued to watch the video. Xiaoyu, you shouldn't have come here. Don't worry, Uncle Long, I have a dog amulet. It represents immortality. Xiaoyu took out a bunch of amulets from her pocket. The little snake is the snake charm, the bull warrior is the bull charm, the dragon charm is for Sheriff Black, and the rabbit charm is for Uncle Long. The 4 charms were handed over to the 4 people, and the rooster next to Xiaoyu had a charm with a red rooster on its neck, and at its feet, the pig also had a charm with a pink pig head hanging in its mouth. The next second, the rooster stood on the pig and flew up. To be precise, it should be suspended, and the pig's eyes actually emitted golden lasers, which could kill a dragon soul. This scene was so weird that everyone couldn't understand it. What's going on? I don't understand, but I'm shocked. It's the power of that charm. Holy Lord, that's right. This is a divine power that you thief stole from me. Holy Lord, the chicken represents flight, the rabbit represents speed, and the pig has electric eyes. Holy Lord, the toy can move, which must have used the power of my rad charm. Holy Lord, thief. You bunch of thieves. Strange. Wait a minute, what about the immortality that Xiaoyu mentioned before? Holy Lord, that's right. A life with the dog charm can be immortal like our demon gods. Forever young. Hiss. Immortality, eternal youth. If everyone can still look at those powerful powers with a normal mind, then it is absolutely false to say that everyone's hearts are not shaken after hearing about immortality and eternal youth. The stage of lifespan is inevitable for all humans. As long as you are still a person, it is difficult to escape the limitation of lifespan, and death will always find you. Peter Parker, I'm beginning to believe what the Holy Lord said. The humans in that world did steal power from you. Holy Lord, that's right. You disgusting humans, for the sake of power, actually chose to betray your former masters. If it weren't for our protection, you might no longer exist now. Holy Lord, if I regain all my strength one day, I will definitely wipe out your human civilization. Peter Parker, well, please calm down. I'm deeply sorry for what happened to you, but now that things have come to this, even if you destroy humanity, nothing can be changed. Holy Lord, I took back what I had. Am I wrong? Exclamation mark. Peter Parker, no. Holy Lord, then am I wrong for revenge? Exclamation mark. Peter Parker, I'm sorry, but you and I are not of the same race after all. If you just take back your power and return to hell, I will definitely not say anything. But if you still want to destroy human civilization, neither I nor the humans in that world can agree. Wanda, there is nothing to say. Wanda, although you are also a victim, we are in different perspectives. What you think is right is wrong in our eyes. This world is originally like this. We just have different positions. Wanda, we are not in the same world now, so we can communicate. If we are in the same world, I may not care if you want to take back your power, but if you want to destroy humanity, I will definitely defeat you without hesitation. This has nothing to do with justice, it is just for survival and protecting more people. Thanos, very good. You are worthy of being the child I like. Wanda, don't try to get close to me, you purple potato spirit, we are not familiar with each other. I beat your eyes up in this world until not even ashes were left. Thanos, hahaha, but I admire you even more. In the screening room, Peter looked at Hikaru who was standing beside him, only to hear Hikaru say, this is also an internal affair of your Earth. It is really not easy for me, an outsider, to interfere. Peter, think about it, although the Holy Lord of that world is not a human being, he is also a creature on Earth. You humans are also creatures on Earth. Broadly speaking, this is a civil war among your Earth creatures, a civil war. How can I, an outsider, interfere? Ultraman Ace, yes, you must never interfere in the internal affairs of a planet. This is the iron rule of every Ultra Warrior. The Galactic Federation also has regulations. If you interfere in the affairs of other planets, you will be exiled to the end of the universe. Ultraman Hickory, it's just that this rule is more or less for the good guys than for the bad guys. The video continues just when the Dragon team and the Demon army were fighting. In the ruins of Area 13 on the other side, the trio and Fuku dug out a person. True. Looking at True who had been pressed by the stone slab for a long time and didn't move, two lines of tears flowed from Dad's eyes. But the next second, True woke up. Sir. Dad is glad to see that you were not crushed into a meat paste. Where is Xiao? She had a talisman in her hand. I told her to run. Hey, man. The trio and Fuku went up and helped True up. Long time no see. Have you lost weight? Seeing that they were reminiscing about the past, and even the music around them was changing from heavy to light and cheerful, the old man shouted directly, now is not the time to reminisce about the past. Dad didn't pay you to come here to play. Hurry up and work. Dig a hole. The trio plus Afu continued to move stones, and Arfen was still muttering during this time, if Toru can't help, who else can we ask for help? On the other side, the Dragon team and the Demon Legion, or more accurately, the Dragon Soul Legion, were fighting fiercely. Invisibility, extreme speed, huge force, flames, lightning. The little demon dragon in the sky looked at everyone as if he was watching a cricket fight. It smiled disdainfully and said, if this is all you can do, then I will rule this world. I don't think so, Kit. First of all, you must pay the price for betraying me. It was modified a little. The 4-person group was changed to a 3-person group plus Afu, and the dog talisman was not given to Toru. The main reason was that due to a landslide of that level, there was no reason why Toru could survive without the dog charm. Chapter 140 Battle between father and son. The appearance of a figure broke the stalemate on the battlefield. The fire demon, Holy Lord. Return. It's my father. Seeing that figure, even though the demon Xiaolong had absorbed 8 kinds of demonic energy and transformed into the 8 demons, he still shivered subconsciously. You've grown up, you've become awesome, but your father is still your father. The demon Xiaolong is a heavyweight, but the one who came is even more of a heavyweight. Is that guy his father? Han Bing was puzzled. The gap between the two was quite big. Holy Lord jumped up and rushed over to press the demon Xiaolong to the ground and beat him. But he was pushed away by the demon Xiaolong the next second. You must use demons to defeat demons. Looking at the scene in front of him, True said thoughtfully. Xiaolong saw True and threw herself into True's arms. Seeing her friend who almost died, Xiaolong was extremely happy. Look at my long arms in the sky. Stupid donkey kicks. And my black tiger heart. The Dragon Soul army, which was originally so aggressive, was actually chased and beaten by Afu alone. Seeing this, the trio decided to do something. How about we sit on the mountain and watch the fight? It seems that Jackie Chan should be able to handle this situation. Jackie Chan had just beaten up 2 Dragon Souls, and the next second he was pushed into the sky by a dark blue long snake monster. unlucky, 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 unlucky. Why don't we go buy a hot dog? So the three of them slowly walked out of the battlefield to buy a hot dog. Behind them, the father and son of the demon dragon and the Holy Lord were hammering each other. But the demon dragon was much stronger than the Holy Lord in terms of strength and reaction speed, and he also had 7 more magic energy than the Holy Lord. The demon dragon opened his mouth and a stream of fire sprayed directly at the Holy Lord. However, even if the Holy Lord was whittled down to a blank, he was still the fire demon, and his own fire resistance was definitely maximum doubt. The demon dragon's fire-breathing move had no effect other than drawing the Holy Lord's hatred. And he was still drawing hatred, and still drawing. You've become weak, old thing. This world needs young people with courage and insight to rule. As he said that, the demon dragon pressed the Holy Lord under him, and beat him hard. But you're still just a child. Question begins. Who helped the Holy Lord, who was at a disadvantage, defeat the demon dragon? This question is a quick answer. If you answer correctly, you will be awarded 30 points. If you answer incorrectly, you will draw a nightmare card. The quick answer will start in 1 minute. Please be prepared. No options? No options? Hickory said, that's right. If there are options, it doesn't match the difficulty of 30 points. Wolverine. In other words, not only do we have to come up with the correct option, but we also have to guess the option itself. Ultraman Ace, that's right, and since this is a one-person quick answer, our direct communication will also be limited. Loki, the most important thing is that there are less than 40 seconds left. Demon hell. Give me help. The Holy Lord was stunned. Are you blind? You were almost beaten to death by your good son. Zemu mocked. You were actually pressed to the ground and hammered by a young boy. It's so embarrassing. Holy Lord, you should leave the group. Yes. Xiao Feng also said, it's just a deformed child who absorbed our power. You are not even his opponent and need help. Holy Lord, waste. Dicky also mocked. What happened? Zhang Su, who was just beaten away by Zilan for tens of thousands of miles, finally rushed back. What else could it be? The good son of the Holy Lord killed his father. Zemu said with a strange smile. What a pity. Zhang Su, you missed a very exciting part. Zhang Su glanced at the cursed blue, flew to Zemu and Xiao Feng and asked, what did I miss? I'll tell you. Time is up. Holy Lord, my answer is 12 spells. It is the 12 spells that have returned to my body. Wrong answer. Punishment. 1 nightmare card. Holy Lord, impossible. How could those 7 guys come to help me? Strange. It's true and dad. Wrong answer. Punishment. Draw a nightmare card. Loki, it's the other 7 demons in hell. The brothers and sisters of the Holy Lord. Wrong answer. Draw a nightmare card. Fuck. In a moment, 3 nightmare cards were sent out, and everyone didn't dare to rush up again. Nightmare cards and pain cards are completely different concepts. There are so many people present, who knows which one it is? Holy Lord? Strange, you just didn't understand the question. It's obviously asking who helped you. It's asking about people. Strange, are the 12 spells people? Holy Lord, Cheo. Can those humans spit out the spells they got? Exclamation mark. I don't believe it. Loki, but 7 demons are not right. 1, could it be a certain demon? Captain America, Holy Lord, which one of your brothers and sisters do you have a better relationship with? Holy Lord looked at the 5 guys around him. Relationship? If it was before, then except for Basha, the other demons had a good relationship with him. But since he lied to them and ruined their hope of escaping, it is impossible for them not to plan to kill him. So, there shouldn't be any demons coming to help him. But, Holy Lord, I have the best relationship with my 7th sister Basha, followed by my 6th brother Zhang Su. Holy Lord, the worst relationship should be with Xiao Feng. Strange, no, we don't know the names of the 7 demons. If the Lord hadn't joined the live broadcast this time, we wouldn't have known the information about the 8 demons at all. The live broadcast room couldn't have given us a question that we didn't know the answer to. This is written in the 6th line of the 8th page of the latest updated screening room manual. Wolverine, is there? Strange, yes, didn't you finish reading it? Wolverine, I don't want to read something that long. I just clicked on I've read it all and came in. Strange. In other words, the person who provided important help must have appeared in the video. Strange. I answer again. My answer is Zyaro. 1. Strange. You are crazy. 2 nightmare cards come together. This is too dangerous. Strange answered correctly, rewarded with 30 points. I'll finish writing the battle between father and son today, and then start the plot of Hellblazer or Doctor Strange in the What If. Chapter 141. Father's kindness and son's filial piety. The video continues. Wow, the Lord is trying hard to fight while being held in True's arms. Zyaro suddenly thought of something. Amulet. After saying that, Zyaro ran to the announcer's booth at the baseball field. Looking at the Lord being beaten by his son, Zyaro picked up the announcer and shouted, "Give the talisman to the Lord." Repeat. Give the talisman to the Lord. After saying that, Zyaro threw out 4 talismans first. Dog, horse, tiger, and monkey. Immediately afterwards, the rabbit talisman, snake talisman, ox talisman, dragon talisman were thrown at the Lord one after another. After the rat talisman was thrown over, a burst of white light flashed on the super moose, and then it fell directly to the ground. 11 talismans flew in the sky, turning into white light and circling around each other. One more is missing. Whose talisman is missing? Quick. One more is missing. Here. Whose talisman is missing? Dog, horse, tiger, monkey. Bruce Wayne quickly remembered something. This seems to be the 12 zodiac signs of the East. The 12 talismans of the Holy Lord are divided according to the 12 zodiac signs. Holy Lord, what the hell? They clearly divided the 12 zodiac signs according to my talisman. Bruce Wayne, this is not the point. The point is the 12 talismans. Holy Lord, the sheep talisman is missing. Holy Lord, you humans must have been captured by my powerful strength and are unwilling to hand it over. You humans are such greedy and bottom line-less creatures. Bruce Wayne, indeed, the extraordinary abilities of an individual will indeed affect the safety of the group. The previous District 13 was very good. It contained the 12 talismans, the magic energy, and unstable factors like you. Magneto, contain. I think they are planning to study the power of the Lord and then use it to rule the world. Tony Stark, it is very likely. I know too well what kind of people they are. Banner's experience is the best proof. Ultraman Ace, I think it is better to open up than to block. Your tough suppression will definitely lead to a counter-attack from the other side. Why not use more gentle means? Ultraman Hickory, that's right. I think these superpowers should invest their power in building society. I talked to Mr. Eric. I don't quite agree with you using superpowers as weapons. They have just the right way to use them. Bruce Wayne, for example. Ultraman Hickory, watch the video first and talk later. The video continues on the battlefield. It seems that only one talisman is needed to gather the 12 talismans and restore some of the power of the Lord, but the last talisman cannot be found. At this moment, the Holy Lord was unsealed by his father through a special spell. Not only was his strength greatly reduced, but all his skills were cleared, leaving only a body that could still fight. Therefore, even if the 12 spells were right in front of him, the Holy Lord could not absorb them into his body and could only watch himself being beaten up by the demon dragon. And in a certain exchange on the battlefield, a little boy was in a coma, holding the sheep spell in his hand. Bruce Wayne, what happened to that child? Strange. Coma? Maybe this child has some brain disease, such as a tumor in the brain, but it is still a little not good to take a child to the battlefield. Demon hell. The Holy Lord certainly knew why. The sheep spell represents the power of the Holy Lord's soul. It can not only protect the soul from being harmed when it leaves the body, but also forcibly knock the souls of other creatures out of the body. That human just didn't know how to use the sheep spell, and directly sent his soul out of the body. The video continues. Just as everyone was anxious, Parker, the boy was also called this name, his soul finally returned to his body. The next second, he threw the sheep charm at the Holy Lord. Note 1. The 12 charms gathered together and turned into a blue airflow, which entered the Holy Lord's body all at once. In a second, a Holy Lord with a skill tree lit up returned. The demon dragon was stunned when he saw his father's aura suddenly exploded. The next second, a loud shout rang out, "I have nothing missing now." A pillar of fire that was much stronger than the flame of the demon dragon directly hit the demon dragon, forcing the demon dragon to defend on the spot. In just a moment, the entire battlefield situation instantly changed from offense to defense. Seeing the Holy Lord who instantly pinned the demon dragon to the ground, Tru said to his father, "If we can expel the evil spirit from the demon dragon, we can also drive him out of the earth. Make a reverse spell, a big reverse spell." The father handed a squid tentacles to Tru and said, "Here, this is what Dad left for you. Demons and ghosts, please leave quickly. Demons and ghosts, please leave quickly." As the master and apprentice chanted the spell, the squid tentacles and the hellcrack lit up with dazzling green light at the same time. A huge suction force came from the hellcrack, and the demons that had escaped before were sucked in. The evil spirits on Hanbing and the other two were instantly sucked into the hellcrack, and the three of them also returned to the appearance of ordinary people. And the main target of this spell, the demon dragon, looked quite embarrassed at this moment. "Father, save me." The demon dragon held the ground tightly with both hands, and now half of his body had been sucked into the hellcrack. "This is what you deserve for your betrayal." The Lord walked to the side of the demon dragon and said mercilessly, "Go to hell, and repent your sins. I apologize to you, Father." The suction of the hellcrack became stronger, and the demon dragon was about to fail. This spell was specifically aimed at him, and the Lord was not affected at all. "Please, please." Looking at the begging demon dragon, the Lord's face showed obvious hesitation. After thinking for a moment, the Lord finally stretched out his hand. He softened his heart. "This is my kingdom, remember your position." "I know, Father." The pleading look on the demon dragon's face suddenly changed, and it became the cunning of a shrewd hunter who had succeeded in his plan. "I know." The next second, the demon dragon pulled, and the Lord was thrown directly into the hellcrack. But the moment the Holy Lord was thrown down, he grabbed the tail of the demon dragon and fell into hell with the demon dragon. Holy Lord, the battle between father and son. End. Note 1. I always remember that when I first watched it, Parker's soul returned to his body after a long time, but the resources I found now have become simultaneous. When Super Moose threw the rat spell to the Holy Lord, Parker's soul returned after he fell down. Chapter 142 Dormammu, I'm here to negotiate terms. Evil creature. This rebellious son. In the demon hell, the Holy Lord was almost mad with anger. Why would he be soft-hearted? He is the Holy Lord. The Holy Lord ranked 8th among the 8 demons. The most worthless demon among the 8 demons. Cunning, mean, insidious. These are his labels. But why would he be soft-hearted? This is not magic. He was about to dominate the earth, but everything was ruined because of his stupidity. In the screening room, everyone saw the last scene of the loving father and filial son, and they didn't know whether to laugh or cry. No. Bruce Wayne suddenly found a loophole in the Holy Lord's previous words. Bruce Wayne, Holy Lord, I need you to explain something. Bruce Wayne, Holy Lord. Strange, you don't need to ask for a while. He definitely doesn't have time to pay attention to you. 1. He should still be sulking now. Strange, more than sulking, he must be mad to death. Tony Stark, but what did you find out? Bruce Wayne, he said before that hell is a shelter. If there is no last scene, then this is reasonable. Bruce Wayne, in the last scene, all the demons were expelled back to the hellcrack. Bruce Wayne, but if hell is really just a shelter, then there is little point in expelling the Lord and others. 1. This is indeed true. Peter Parker, although the demons were indeed released from hell before, it cannot be ruled out that hell is actually a prison, and the Lord was lying before. They were locked up, right? Bruce Wayne, Kit, you have grown up. What if Doctor Strange lost his hands will be broadcast in 1 minute. Keywords, time paradox. Doctor Strange's time paradox. I had a chance to see my counterpart once before. Strange said, it seems that this time is it. It's not my hands that I lost. Time paradox. Is it because I used the time stone to repair my hands? Strange looked at the eye of Agamotto on his chest and quickly came to a conclusion in his heart. Master, you are 1. Time paradox. Strange, could it be that your counterpart used the time stone excessively and caused the time to collapse? Strange, it is very likely. The Ancient One once taught me that time magic is the most dangerous magic, even more dangerous than dimensional magic. Dimensional magic will cause dimensional fusion, while time magic will cause time paradox. Once a time paradox is formed, the whole person will be trapped in the time turbulence. Strange, and this is not the most terrible thing. Strange, the most terrible thing is that once there is a problem with the absolute time point, it is very likely to lead to the destruction of the entire world. Wolverine, excuse me, is the time paradox the famous problem of you killing your grandfather? Tony Stark, according to my research, if you travel back to the past, then this past becomes your future. No matter what you do here, your timeline will not be affected, because this is another brand new timeline. Tony Stark, in other words, the timeline we see, is not a whole timeline like this, but actually the sum of countless identical timelines. Countless identical timelines constitute this entire timeline. Because countless timelines are exactly the same, these countless timelines are equivalent to a main timeline. If there is a divergence at any moment, then there will be a time branch, forming two universes. Ultraman Hickory, in other words, traveling through time will not change the future, but it will create a brand new parallel universe. Tony Stark, that's right, but this is just my guess. Wolverine, sure enough, I brought shame upon myself. What if Doctor Strange lost his hands? On air. When you have the power to reverse time, will you choose to make up for the regrets in your life? Dormammu, I'm here to negotiate. The Dark Dimension. This is a world controlled by the Dark Demon Dormammu. Human, you are here to die. Dormammu appeared in front of Doctor Strange. His body was extremely huge, even his face was as big as a planet, and purple flames were burning everywhere on his body. Dormammu's voice was like thunder, echoing throughout the Dark Dimension. Your world now belongs to me, just like other worlds. At the moment Dormammu opened his mouth, countless magic light bullets fell on Strange like a rainstorm. Immediately after seeing Dormammu open his mouth, a purple energy wave surged and swallowed Doctor Strange's body completely in an instant. Strange, it's really a nostalgic memory. Wanda, have you ever faced such a terrible guy? Strange, Dormammu is just a guy who is half full. I easily drove him away with the time gem at that time. Wang, so that's how it is. You use the time stone to force Dormammu to leave. Strange, ahem. Seeing that everything has settled, but at this moment, time begins to reverse, and everything returns to the past. Doctor Strange rises from the sky and lands in front of Dormammu. Looking up, he shouts, Dormammu, I'm here to negotiate terms. Dormammu roars, human, you are here to die. Your world belongs to me now. Wait, what's going on? The face of the huge head suddenly showed a look of horror, and he found something wrong. Dormammu is the darkest demon, and his strength is so strong that, although he cannot resist the power of the time stone and forcibly break the time cycle, he can find something wrong, and realize that something is wrong. However, this is precisely the opportunity for Doctor Strange to defeat him. Dormammu, I'm here to negotiate with you. Dormammu, I'm here to talk to you Dormammu, I'm here Dormammu. This is Doctor Strange's plan, to annoy Dormammu to death through endless time loops. Wanda, oh my god, that's real death. Aren't you afraid or in pain? Just like Infinite Ultron, in the next chapter 1 we'll talk about a part of the plot in Doctor Strange. If you don't like it, you can choose to skip it. I'll leave it here, and I'm done with the reminders. Don't accuse me of cheating people by adding too many words. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 143. There are thousands of roads, but safety comes first. Strange, it's okay. I made it through anyway. I didn't lose anything. Many of my spells were learned when I was confronting Dormammu. Wolverine, boy, don't pretend to be calm. I know that feeling too well. Wolverine, I have been injured more than once, which is enough to kill a person. I know it too well. Wolverine, I still have immortality as a foundation, but you really have to face death. Wolverine, it's a pity that we are not in the same world. Otherwise, the next time you encounter this situation, give me the time stone. Let me do it. Wolverine, I'm not good at science and magic, but I'm an expert in enduring pain. In the picture, Doctor Strange was killed over and over again. Because of the number of times, the picture itself began to play at double speed. Master, you are a hero. Tony nodded. For the first time, he truly recognized Strange. A person who endures the pain of countless deaths may not be known to people in the end. Even Tony Stark may not have the confidence to persist. But the wizard in front of him, who was always worried about food money, who had to fight with his assistant because his roof was smashed to pieces, and who also had to fight fake fights to make money to supplement his family income, not only did it, but he could also continue to be unknown. This is not something that ordinary people can do. Tony has decided to donate a large sum of money to Kamatage when he returns, at least to have 2 more chicken legs at noon every day. But their self-esteem seems to be very strong. I have to find a reason. I inherited the mantle of the Supreme Sorcerer, so naturally I have to take on the responsibility of the Supreme Sorcerer to protect the Earth. Strange seemed particularly calm. The video continues. Doctor Strange uses the power of the Time Stone to control time and traps Dormammu in an endless time loop. Dormammu is very strong, so he can keep his memory in an endless time loop. But Dormammu is not strong enough to break the time loop by relying on his power. Originally, Dormammu, who wanted to kill Doctor Strange and imprison his soul for eternal torture, only did the first half, killing him, and not completely. Faced with the angry Dormammu, Doctor Strange suffered miserable deaths again and again. Gradually, Dormammu would not even kill Strange directly, but would reduce the power of his attacks, trying to torture him slowly and break his will. You will definitely lose. Dormammu's angry roar resounded throughout the dark dimension. Yes, I will lose. The seriously injured Doctor Strange tried to raise his head and stood up from the ground. I will keep losing, and keep losing, until forever. In this way, you will become my prisoner. No, this is impossible. Finding himself trapped in the trap set by the ant in front of him, Dormammu finally fell into a state of madness. Stop. Let me out. No. Let me out. I promise you, I can give you everything you want. Eternal life, powerful strength, endless wealth. I can give you everything you want. Everything. Dormammu began to give in. He couldn't remember how many times this cycle had happened. He was tired, but the human in front of him, this tiny human, could still hold on. Time looped again. Doctor Strange walked to Dormammu with a smile of victory on his face, and said the same words again. Dormammu, I'm here to negotiate terms. This time, Dormammu was silent. He didn't attack, but said, state your terms, human. Take your believers away from this world, and never do evil in my world, and never come back. At the intersection of the dark latitude and the real world, Doctor Strange slowly flew out. How could you escape? What did you do? Dormammu's number 1 lackey on Earth, Callicus, asked in disbelief. Nothing, I just negotiated with him successfully. As soon as the voice fell, purple mist began to emerge from Cassilis' body. What is this? This is everything you want. Live forever as a part of Dormammu's life, but you won't like this. Cassilis' body surface began to decompose, and his body was devoured by purple magic, and finally transformed into a dark creature in the dark world, and was sucked into the dark dimension. Immediately afterwards, the crack slowly closed, and the dark dimension completely retreated from the earth. Looking at the world, where everything has been restored, Doctor Strange said, okay, everyone, does anyone want to go for a midnight snack with me? I heard that the hot pot here is good. WandaVision world. Sir, it turns out that you have saved the earth. Wanda looked at Strange with stars in her eyes. Yes, but that's my responsibility, nothing to brag about. Steven said calmly, but from his slightly raised mouth corners, it can be seen that he was in a good mood. The video continues. One night after defeating Dormammu, Doctor Strange looked at the gem on his chest and finally made a decision that went against his teacher's training. Doctor Strange pinched the seal in his hand, and the Eye of Agamotto lit up with a green light. In a second, Doctor Strange appeared in the city in a suit. and in front of him was his lover, Christine. It turned out that Doctor Strange was a doctor with superb medical skills, a wealthy family, and a lover. He was a complete template of a winner in life, but on the way to pick up his lover for a dinner, Strange had a car accident. There are thousands of roads, but safety is the first. Driving irregularly will bring tears to relatives. Doctor Strange lost his lover at this time. Since then, he has been devastated, gave up his job, traveled all over the world, and finally entered another world. Later, his master, the Ancient One, chose him as his successor and told him to protect the Earth and prevent it from being invaded by external forces. When that day really came, the Ancient One had passed away, but he still successfully drove away, annoyed, Dormammu. Despite all he had experienced, Doctor Strange still couldn't let go of his obsession. Finally, one night, he no longer hesitated and activated the Time Stone to return to the past. Human, tell me your name. Stephen Strange. You can also call me Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, it's a good name. I have fought against many strong men in the world. You are definitely not the most powerful, and you are not even in the top 10, but in terms of will, I, Dormammu, would like to call you the strongest. Chapter 144 Absolute Time Point. The former lover appeared in front of him again, and she was still as beautiful as before. Looking at his lover, Doctor Strange decided to save his lover at all costs. However, the car accident still happened. Looking at his lover who had no breath beside him, Doctor Strange activated the Eye of Agamotto again. If it doesn't work once, try it twice. If it doesn't work twice, try it 3 times. If it doesn't work 3 times, try it 4 times, 5 times, or 1,000 times, 10,000 times. No matter what, I must save her. Time was turned back again and again, but the ending of Christine's death could not be changed no matter what. Doctor Strange made countless attempts, such as changing the route, not going to the appointment, and changing the date location. But it was useless. The car accident still happened. If he changed the route, if he didn't go to the appointment, Christine's apartment would suddenly catch fire. If he changed the date location, Christine would have a sudden heart attack. In the end, Doctor Strange was a little desperate. He no longer expected a perfect ending, but chose to exchange places with Christine and let Christine drive to the banquet. Since we are destined not to be together, let me take over the fate. Live on, Christine. Goodbye, my love. But fate is such a bastard. Even if Doctor Strange is determined to exchange his life for Christine, after the car accident, Doctor Strange was still scratched, and Christine beside him died again in front of Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange could not accept this scene in front of him. The beloved died in front of him again and again, tormenting Doctor Strange's heart. Christine. Doctor Strange called the name of his lover in pain. He is now the supreme sorcerer, and even the dark demon Dormammu has to give him 3 points, but he can't save his lover. At this moment, the figure of Ancient One appeared behind Doctor Strange. Master? Strange. Ancient One's arrival was to tell Doctor Strange that his approach was in vain, because Christine's death is an absolute time point. What is an absolute time point? If Christine hadn't died, Doctor Strange wouldn't have given up his job, let alone learned the secret arts, and then entered Camotage, became the Sorcerer Supreme, and drove Dormammu away, and a series of other things wouldn't have happened. If Strange hadn't become Doctor Strange, then this world would have most likely been swallowed by Dormammu. Take a step back and say that, even if Dormammu is not considered, if Strange hadn't become Doctor Strange, then he wouldn't have entered Camotage and become the Sorcerer Supreme, and it would have been nonsense to get the Eye of Agamotto. In that case, how can the Eye of Agamotto travel through time? This is an endless loop, a time paradox, a damn tragedy. No, 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 no. Doctor Strange walked up to the Ancient One and said, "You once told me that everything is possible. I can't do it now, just because my power is not enough, and I can't break the absolute time point. As long as my power is strong enough, I can change everything." No, the most powerful magician in history can't change the absolute time point. If you break the absolute time point, the consequence is that the entire universe will end. Master Ancient One kept persuading Doctor Strange, but the doctor couldn't listen to anything at this moment. In this universe, Doctor Strange's motivation is to resurrect his dead lover. This is his obsession and his motivation. Obsession is sometimes a good thing. It can prompt a person to keep moving forward and give people motivation. But obsession is more likely to lead people to go astray and do extremely terrible things. At this moment, Doctor Strange needs a psychiatrist. But Doctor Strange has no regard for it. He activated the time stone and tried to find a place where he can gain more powerful power. If you insist on doing this, don't blame me. The Ancient One conjured up two cone-shaped formations and warned Doctor Strange. Then find me first. A golden light flashed and Doctor Strange came to a jungle. Wanda's eyes were red. Even though Wanda was already one of the most powerful superheroes on Earth, she was still a girl in her 20s, in the eyes of a group of guys who were dozens or hundreds of years old, and one who was 1500 years old. Girls are emotional creatures. After seeing Doctor Strange reversing time again and again to save his lover, but still unable to do it, Wanda couldn't help it. In the screening room. Strange, you don't have this plan, do you? Strange, well, I did spend some time with Christine, but that's in the past. I'm just friends with her now. Strange, moreover, the original intention of learning magic was because I had a car accident that caused my hands to be disabled, which is absolutely unacceptable to me. Strange, I also went through various treatments, but they were still ineffective, so I chose to join Kamatage and became the Supreme Sorcerer by chance. Strange, there is no such thing as Christine in this. Loki, haha, you only pay attention to the love between mortals, but this god pays attention to something deeper. Tony Stark, then please speak. Your Excellency the god of trickery who was beaten by Hulk. Loki, shut up, you mortal. Loki, the Strange in the video, traveled back countless times, and each time he tried to use different methods to change Christine's death, but the final outcome always ended with Christine's death. Loki, it's just that Christine's death method is different every time. Wanda, what kind of discovery is this? Loki, here comes the point. This changed the past and triggered a different timeline. Loki, the Time Management Bureau claims to cut all different timelines, but in the end, where are their people? Exclamation mark. Constantine, what? Tony Stark, how long ago was this point? JPG Strange, no, I've thought of more. Strange, Christine's death led to a branch in the timeline, but no matter how Christine died, it would eventually lead me to the path of Kamatage, becoming the Supreme Sorcerer and defeating Dormammu. Strange, it's like a river. No matter how many tributaries appear, they will eventually converge together. Strange, the absolute time point is similar to the source of this river. As long as this place is blocked or destroyed, the entire river will be destroyed. Strange, at the beginning, the female judge told you that it was correct and legal for the Avengers to travel back to the past. Strange, I didn't think much about it at the time, but now I think back and suddenly realize one thing, that is, the reason why the Time Management Bureau did not take action to stop the Avengers from traveling through time is probably because this is an absolute time point. Chapter 145, Indescribable. In the prison of Asgard, a group of prisoners were brought in by the guards. Loki ignored them. Recently, the 9 realms have not been very stable because of the things he had done before. Thor has been fighting outside, and many prisoners of war have been locked up. He continued to think about Strange's words. Is it an absolute time point for the Avengers to travel back? Why? Loki seemed to have thought of something. The video continues. Doctor Strange woke up from his coma. He turned his head and saw that a man dressed as a monk was waiting for him. Hello, I'm looking for the Lost Book City of Camustro. Strange, the Lost Book City of Camustro. The King, I didn't expect this place to actually exist. The King, Camustro is an extremely powerful astral wizard. His astral projection is extremely powerful, and he has collected countless magic books in his book city. For any wizard, this is a supreme treasure. Strange, it's just that no one has ever found the Book City of Camustro, so the Book City of Camustro is also called the Lost Book City. I never thought that it was hidden in time. Wolverine, why do I suddenly feel a bad feeling? Wolverine, wizard boy, you are not going to go to that place. Wanda, what's wrong with going? Is it wrong to save your lover? Wolverine, girl. Although I didn't understand the absolute time point and time paradox, I understood one thing. That is, as long as you save people, the world will collapse. Wolverine, I admit that I feel sorry for the experience of the wizard boy in the video, but I firmly disagree with destroying the entire world to save one person. Strange, don't worry, I won't do that. I just have a problem with my hands that causes constant shaking, and Christine and I are just ordinary friends. Captain America, that's really a blessing in disguise. Tony Stark, Captain, please ask Jarvis to investigate Doctor Strange's information. I don't want to be destroyed along with the world for no apparent reason one day. Avengers building. Captain America was about to call Jarvis when the Ancient One said, "Don't worry, I've seen the future of Strange in our world," and he didn't get together with Christine. Indeed. Nick Fury also said, "I have investigated all the information about Doctor Strange." He officially broke up with Christine 1 year, 2 months and 12 days ago. As of now, their relationship is just better than that of ordinary colleagues. Christine is currently having a hot relationship with another doctor in their hospital, and Doctor Strange is working on a project. Are you the head of the Secret Service or a gossip reporter? But, Nick Fury frowned and said, "Captain, the information you gave me is completely wrong. I've gone through the coordinates you gave me over and over again 8 times, and I can't find any information about Wanda and Quicksilver. Nothing at all, not even a little bit." Nick Fury said, "Even if we can't find them, there shouldn't be no clues at all. But there really is no trace at all, as if they didn't exist at all. Master Ancient One." Captain America said to Ancient One directly after hearing this, "Can you please help find the 2 children? It's too dangerous to leave them alone." "Okay." Ancient One nodded, drew a circle, and returned to Kamatage. The video continues. The monk took Doctor Strange to the front of the book city and left. After going through a test, Doctor Strange learned from the monk that the monk's name was Orban, and Camastro was not a person, but a place. Orban took Doctor Strange to the place where the books were hidden. "How long do you plan to stay here?" "Until I find what I'm looking for." Then, Doctor Strange waved his hands, and countless lost secrets appeared in front of him. Great. Teleportation, telekinesis, transfiguration. One by one, the extremely precious books were suspended in front of Doctor Strange. Taking out any of these books would be enough to train a powerful wizard. For these extremely precious secret arts, Doctor Strange didn't even look at them, knowing that he had found something that he might be able to use. Time manipulation. Found it. Doctor Strange successfully found what he needed in the book Time Manipulation. If you want to break the absolute time point, you need extremely powerful power, and it isn't shareable. This is the meaning of the translation I saw. Welcome to correct. Yes, it's obvious. Doctor Strange looked helpless, and then he saw more interesting information on the next page. Absorb other creatures to gain power. Soon, Doctor Strange prepared a summoning array. Let's start. The dark red magic power in Doctor Strange's hand surged, and a huge tentacle ran out of the summoning array. Avengers Tower. "I'm sorry, I didn't. My fuck." The calm Ancient One burst into swear words on the spot when he returned to the Avengers Tower and saw the scene in the video. Mage. Mordo was incredulous. In his mind, no matter what kind of terrifying demon from another world he faced, Ancient One would always be calm and composed. But now, an image could actually scare Ancient One. What kind of terrifying existence is this? Supreme Sorcerer, that tentacle is very strong. Odin was more surprised than the others. Ancient One, as a father-level powerhouse like him, would not lose his composure even when facing a single universe-level god. "It's indescribable." Ancient One said, "There are some things you can't know. If you know them, not only will you die, but the entire universe will also be destroyed." Odin's eyes were confused at first, and then the confusion in his eyes turned into fear. He recalled some secrets. But that young man, the projected clone, Ancient One said with great certainty, if it is the real body, not to mention Strange, even the entire Camastrum may, no, it will definitely be destroyed. What kind of existence is that? Everyone couldn't understand. Isn't this just a large octopus-like creature? Enough. A flash of lightning flashed in Odin's one eye, and he shouted, "Everyone stop asking for information about that creature. Otherwise, it will definitely bring disaster." Ancient One thought about it and decided to perform some forbidden techniques later. In the screening room, Wanda, what kind of monster is this? It looks so disgusting. Ultraman Ace, it looks like a squid monster. Peter Parker, it should be some kind of deep sea giant octopus. Wang, no, this is a being summoned by a magic circle. Even if it is not a demon from another world, it should at least be some kind of powerful demon beast. Constantine, this man is too crazy. This is a demon. Borrowing the power of the demon is dangerous enough. Your counterpart is actually planning to absorb the power of the demon. The tentacle is the eye demon, the villain in Doctor Strange 2. I guess it has been whittled down to the point where only blood and skin are left. The eye demon in the comics rules over tens of millions of dimensions. I think Doctor Strange can't beat it. If he doesn't whittle it, this movie can't be performed. And that beholder reminded me of the weird cat in Maxine and the magic used by Doctor Strange in the trailer. I didn't think much about it at the time, until I saw someone post a comment in the barrage. 8-point light wheel. Chapter 146 The Dark Doctor arrives. Peter Parker, by the way, that big tentacle reminds me of a novel I've read. Peter Parker, in that book, there's an ancient god named Cthulhu, who has limbs similar to octopus tentacles. Wanda, the demon dragon of the 8 demons' true form, had tentacles on its chin. Strange, my counterpart won't summon the demon dragon from hell, will it? Wang, probably not. You guys don't have the same style. Image continues. I'm Stephen Strange. I need power, so can I borrow 1 or 2 tentacles from you? Faced with Doctor Strange, who tried to borrow his power, the tentacle monster ignored him, and 1 tentacle wrapped around Doctor Strange's ankle. Oh, please. The next second, the scene has come to another room. What happened? Looking at the unfamiliar ceiling, Doctor Strange asked. Auburn, who was taking care of him, replied, they never bargain, and their power is not suitable for human use. The library alone is not enough. Is she worth your sacrifice? A person will not bear such pain for his own glory. I'm always ready to sacrifice. There are some subtle differences between piety and delusion. Love will not only break your heart, but also destroy your mind. Did you read it from that book? This is not what the book says, but what life has given me. Auburn left after saying this. Maybe Auburn is right. In the screening room, seeing Doctor Strange, who had recovered from his injuries, say this, everyone breathed a sigh of relief, but Strange was still frowning. He should have realized his madness. No. Strange said, if that Doctor Strange is the same as me, then he will never give up. I know myself very well. At the beginning, I almost did everything to treat the injury to my hand. And what he lost is more painful than losing my hands. He can't give up. Sure enough, Doctor Strange was already obsessed and infatuated at this moment, and turned a deaf ear to Auburn's kind words of advice. After his injuries healed, Doctor Strange began to summon again. He still had to draw power from the monsters. However, Doctor Strange, who had learned from his mistakes, was smarter this time. He started to summon and absorb weak monsters first, accumulating power bit by bit. If they hold on to the power, then I will accept it. The next second, a dwarf, or a goblin-like creature, emerged from the formation. Doctor Strange released light from his eyes and mouth, and directly sucked the goblin into his body. The next second, a light lit up in Doctor Strange's eyes. It feels good. Next one. Oh my god. You're Isotope. I knew it. Strange sighed and said, Stark, I said a long time ago that we are the same kind of people, equally arrogant, equally stubborn. If you were replaced by me, what would you do? Tony was stunned when he heard this, and then said, at all costs. After that, Tony himself was silent. This is the commonality of geniuses. Grizzer? Hickory looked at Doctor Strange, who was constantly devouring monsters on the screen, and suddenly remembered a legend circulating in the Kingdom of Light. What? A legend in our Kingdom of Light? According to legend. The video continues. As time goes by, Doctor Strange devours more and more monsters, and they become stronger and stronger. From low-level monsters such as goblins and inferior demons, to monsters in hell, and finally to the clones of various demon gods. Doctor Strange actually ate them all. And as the number of monsters devoured increased, his appearance gradually changed. When he swallowed a fire dragon, he not only spit out flames from his mouth, but also grew horns, and the pupils in his eyes turned vertical. Doctor Strange swallowed more and more monsters, and his strength became stronger and stronger. Suddenly, he stopped his madness, and turned his head to look to the side. Who is there? What's going on? He won't find us, will he? I don't think so. Look. Everyone looked carefully and suddenly found that in the darkness, a bald humanoid creature with a particularly large head appeared. What is that? Avengers building. Mage, that's legendary. Odin's one-eyed expression was complicated. Yes, the legendary Observer. Ancient One nodded. Observer? That's a legendary figure. I don't know either. I only know that he observes the multiverse. Ancient One looked at the demon image on the screen, and the corners of his mouth twitched a little. Strange is worthy of being the most talented one among us. Ancient One said, except for that indescribable existence, the ancient evil god, the Lord of Hell, the great serpent set. These clones are enough to destroy a terrifying demon god that actually spans the entire multiverse, and Strange dares to absorb them. Clone. Yes, clone. Ancient One said, some of these beings, if their real bodies come to Earth, they don't need to deliberately take action. The magic they emit can corrupt the Earth. Strange is a rare genius. People like him, the threat caused by going astray is far more terrifying than Calicasis. Image continues. When Doctor Strange tried to no avail, he began to absorb again. This time, the picture came to the outside. The sun and the moon in the sky kept alternating, and finally almost left an after image. The environment around Camastro also changed from rainforest to desert. And in the book city, it was still that small room, and it was still that summoning formation. Doctor Strange said with a normal look, it's time to meet an old friend. This time, the summoning array once again summoned the tentacle monster that had beaten Doctor Strange. Facing the monster that almost killed him, Doctor Strange looked normal and even a little excited. Long time no see, goodbye forever. Doctor Strange closed the summoning array, cut off several tentacles, and then easily absorbed them. When Doctor Strange walked out of the room, many years had passed outside. Byrne, who had led Doctor Strange into Camastro before, was already a white-haired old man. Doctor Strange wanted to use the power of the Time Stone to restore Byrne's youth, but was rejected by Byrne. Don't do this. You have frozen your own time for hundreds of years, but I choose to live. But I can make you live longer, even forever. Stop talking. In your world, death is part of the plan. But I can't accept death. I know. Byrne nodded with difficulty and said, but other Doctor Strange can. Others? Don't you understand? You are not complete, and half of your life is missing. After saying this, Byrne passed away. And at this moment, the Black Doctor was officially born. Byrne's final words of exhortation to Doctor Strange were quite touching to me. It seems that Byrne is also a man with a lot of stories. Chapter 147 How old are you? In the original Sanctum Sanctorum in New York City, Wang Zheng was with Doctor Strange. I'll go boil some water. Don't do anything stupid. Come and help me. Doctor Strange looked at the Eye of Agamotto in his hand, and his heavy face suddenly relaxed. You're right. It's enough to spend a night reminiscing. Doctor Strange put the Eye of Agamotto on the table and went to help Wang with his work. The next day, the weather was fine and the sky was cloudless. Doctor Strange saw a very terrifying scene when he opened the door. The world is collapsing. City buildings, animals and plants, everything is disintegrating into black liquid. This scene is extremely weird and terrifying. Did I take the wrong medicine? Doctor Strange suspected that Wang had drugged him, and behind him, a blue light descended. Ancient One. How are you? How are old you? Note 1. Master Ancient One. You're not dead. Yes. Just think of this as a mental projection. Doctor Strange said, well, actually I want to ask, is this the end of the world? Yes. Ancient One nodded and said, you are indeed the best. Who is causing trouble? I'll kill him. It's you. How? After Ancient One's explanation, Doctor Strange finally understood the situation. The other self used the Time Stone to escape into the timeline, and Ancient One couldn't track him, but she used a more peculiar magic to split Doctor Strange into two, splitting the timeline, and also splitting Doctor Strange into two. Not only did two Doctor Strange appear on the two timelines, but the two timelines were also in the same universe. A blackened doctor who was obsessed with his own thoughts and a doctor who let go of his obsession and was determined to protect the world. In short, Doctor Strange has an evil half, and that half not only intends to destroy the world, but also intends to eat Doctor Strange himself. If he reverses the absolute time point, the resulting time paradox will destroy the entire universe. The Ancient One's mental projection finally told Doctor Strange to protect the world. In the screening room, Strange looked at the image in disbelief. Splitting the timeline into is already amazing enough, but it can actually make the two timelines in the same universe. What an amazing method. This method is incredible. Yes, splitting the timeline in half can make the two timelines in the same universe. Various data flashed on a macro screen in Hikaru's hand. He said, I have never thought of this kind of thing. My knowledge cannot analyze its generation. The power of Master Ancient One is far beyond my imagination. Avengers building. Just when everyone was amazed that Ancient One could split the timeline in two and make them coexist in the same universe, Mordo discovered something that surprised him even more. Master, you died in the future? Mordo's words awakened everyone. Yes, the Ancient One was so powerful, but he died? Exclamation mark. This is all fate, Mordo. The Ancient One said indifferently about his own death. There is nothing to be surprised about. People will die. After all, human life is limited. I have lived for hundreds of years. Compared with ordinary people, I have lived too long. I chose Strange to be my successor. As long as he doesn't go astray, he will definitely be more dedicated than me. Master, did you also absorb power from the dark dimension? Mordo asked the second question immediately. He had wanted to ask when he heard that the Ancient One absorbed power from the dark dimension, but he was more concerned about the death of the Ancient One. Looking at Mordo, who hoped that he would deny this sentence, the Ancient One sighed and then said the fact that he could not accept the most. That's right, Mordo. I absorbed the power of the dark dimension and used them to protect the Earth. Mordo seemed to have his three views collapsed and sat on the floor in disbelief. Ancient One sighed. Although Mordo was not the most gifted, he was definitely the most determined in his beliefs. But once the beliefs of such a person collapsed, the blow would definitely be the greatest. After all, I'm just an ordinary human being. I don't have the lifespan of His Majesty Odin. I can't die before choosing the best guardian. Ancient One said lightly. Once upon a time, Callicusis also had the opportunity to become the Sorcerer Supreme. I have seen the possibility of Callicusis becoming the Sorcerer Supreme in countless timelines. But he failed. He couldn't resist the temptation of darkness. It is very easy to fall into the power of darkness, but it is indeed very difficult to maintain one's original heart while accepting the power of darkness. So I have always taught you not to borrow those dark powers. Sorry, Master. Mordo looked at Ancient One, his face full of confusion and pain. I need to calm down alone. Okay. Mordo drew a circle and left, while Nick Fury on the side said, I think you need a psychiatrist. Maybe I should accept your advice. The video continues. After getting the information of another self from Master Ancient One, Doctor Strange returned to the Supreme Sanctuary and began to prepare. In the Supreme Sanctuary, the collapse phenomenon is also happening, and the culprit of all this is the blackened Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange and his assistant Wong are outlining golden runes. So, the structure of reality is collapsing. It started with you, and it can only be ended by you, right? Wong's body is also collapsing at this moment, and black unknown liquid is gradually appearing on his face and shoulders. Perhaps because of the magic he practiced, Wong did not lose consciousness like the passers-by before, and he and Doctor Strange are ready to face the magic of the blackened Doctor. To be honest, we have faced more bizarre things. But do you want to stop him? Wong's body is gradually collapsing, which is also a sign that the blackened Doctor is about to come. At this moment, Wong did not care about the collapse of his body at all, but asked Doctor Strange a question. Don't you love Christine? I have no other choice. Doctor Strange hesitated, but he still said, at least I have to save you. Wong smiled and nodded. This was a tacit understanding between the two old friends. Vishanti Guardian Protection Spell. Juan waved his hand, and this extremely complex magic was finally completed. How are you going to find him? No need, he will come to me. At this moment, a circle of crimson teleportation array lit up under Doctor Strange's feet. Doctor Strange did not leave, because he knew that this battle was inevitable. He found me. After saying that, Doctor Strange was teleported away. The king, who was almost unrecognizable in human form, could only shout to the place where the teleportation array disappeared, "Good luck." This is the only thing one can do now, that is to wish Doctor Strange good luck. Doctor Strange passed through a tunnel of red, blue, and purple interweaving, and opposite him was a figure like a demon. Note 1. This line is from a video of Dio Ren. I thought it was particularly magical, so I copied it here, but I forgot which episode it was from. Chapter 148, The Battle of Black and White. Don't be afraid of old friend. The Black Doctor's face turned pale, and the shadow behind him changed into the appearance of countless demons. Because you and I are one. What did you do? You are enough, the Black Doctor answered the question irrelevantly. There is no need for Wang or Guyi. They can't understand. They don't know her at all. But we all know her, and love her deeply. You can't revive her. The outside world is collapsing and decomposing. You can't fool me. You are me. The Black Doctor's emotions suddenly became excited, and the magic power on his body fluctuated violently. Many nights we sat on the top floor of the sanctuary, holding the Eye of Agamotto in our hands. How many times have we wanted to go back to that place to save Christine? We held the time stone in our hands, but we could never make up our minds. But in the end I mustered up the courage. In the reincarnations of several centuries, I sacrificed everything for Christine. Can you save her now? No, Stephen. The Dark Doctor grabbed Doctor Strange's arm and said, we can. The next second, the Dark Doctor brought Doctor Strange to the place where the car accident happened. Our power has been dispersed. As long as we merge into one, we can save her. The Ancient One split Strange into two timelines, which also caused Doctor Strange's power, body, and soul to be divided into two. He is incomplete now. Only when the two doctors merge, can he be complete. We can't save her. Doctor Strange is still trying to persuade himself to change his mind and turn back. He once again pointed out that, if the time spell is used to destroy the absolute time point, the price will be the collapse of the entire universe. At this moment, everything in the universe is turning into black liquid and slowly dissipating, which is the best proof. Enough. Ancient One doesn't understand us. We love her. We love Christine. Even if the world is destroyed, I must save her. Even if the price is the world, I don't care. You know my determination. We have already paid the price of our lives for Christine. What does the world mean? The Black Doctor has lost his patience and insists on merging with Doctor Strange. You are completely crazy. But there is still a glimmer of hope for the world. Remember the original intention of your learning spells. That is for this world. I'm for Christine. The Black Doctor's patience is finally exhausted, and beams of light burst out of his eyes and mouth. This beam of light is exactly the same as a beam of light that absorbs monsters. In the screening room. You are really crazy. Tony Stark said, but it is very reasonable. It is understandable, but not forgivable. Hikaru said, we can fully understand that feeling, but sacrificing the whole world for one person, sorry, I can't accept it. I once heard a saying. Peter scratched his head and said, angels will give up you for the world, and demons will destroy the whole world for you. Now it seems that the two doctors on the screen are the battle between angels and demons. Wolverine, one gave up his lover for the whole world, and the other destroyed the world for his lover. The most fatal thing is that these two were originally the same person. Wolverine, TSK, this plot is fucked up enough. Wanda, I'm thinking, if I encounter such a thing, will I be the same as the Black Doctor? Wang, don't do that. You are the Scarlet Witch, and you have the power of chaos. Although the damage caused cannot catch up with the damage to the absolute time point, it is definitely enough to distort the real world. Thanos, although destroying the world just to save one person is a small pattern, this determination is still quite good. Holy Lord, those who play with time will definitely be played with by time. Even if that human can destroy the absolute time point, the final outcome will definitely be a tragedy. Wanda, are you angry? Holy Lord. Haha, I have decided that when I see that rebellious son in the future, I will find a way to kill him and then recycle the 8 evil spirits. This world does not need so many demons. Strange, it sounds like you have also studied time. Why are you so sure that the final outcome will definitely be a tragedy? Holy Lord, I have done it. Strange, what? Exclamation mark. Holy Lord, I once used an extremely powerful treasure to modify history. Although the problem was fixed for a while, time corrected itself in the end. In the end, not only did I not change anything, but I also ended up with a tragic end. Demon hell. Holy Lord, when have you modified history? Zhang asked puzzled. I lied to them. The Holy Lord said lightly, actually, it's not a lie. I do have the idea of moving the book of time. You're crazy. Zimu's eyes widened and questioned. Those who play with time will definitely be played by time. The stronger the modification of the book of time to modify history, the greater the backlash. I had this idea at the beginning. The Holy Lord said, now the gates of hell are all blocked. If this screening room does not appear, my idea is to use your power to return to the world on the ground again, and then possess Jackie Chan, and go to the book of time to modify history. How can we agree to your request? Zhang Su sneered, not to mention the time backlash brought by the book of time. Even we can't agree to let you go out. No, you will, because you have no choice. The video continues. Facing the absorption light released by the Black Doctor, the protective magic of Vishanti on Doctor Strange made great contributions. You can't save her. She's dead. This sentence completely broke the defense of the Black Doctor, and the battle between the two powerful wizards, one black and one white, officially began. The Dark Doctor raised his hand and threw out 2 energy balls with yellow cores, but black outer shells. Doctor Strange raised his hand and released the shield of Silas. As soon as the two sides fought, the gap between them was revealed. Originally, after being split by the Ancient One, the strength of the two Doctor Strange should not be much different, and because one person was split in two, the strength of both people has declined to a certain extent. But the Dark Doctor not only lived for several centuries in Camastro, but also ate countless monsters, demon kings, and even the clones of the demon god. And in Doctor Strange's timeline, only one night has passed. The gap between the two sides is clear at a glance. Chapter 149. Sorry, Wolverine, this guy. He's really crazy. Strange, my mental state is obviously not right. 1. We can all see that it should be related to the fact that he ate so many monsters. Constantine, I heard that many third-rate magicians were possessed by demons or even had their souls devoured by demons when they borrowed the power of demons and summoned demons. Constantine, and this Black Doctor is obviously crazy and not on the same level as those third-rate magicians. Constantine, not only did he eat so many demon kings and demon gods, he also ate them for hundreds of years. Constantine, he can't be called a human now, so I'm not shocked by what he did. In the battle between Doctor Strange and Black Doctor, Doctor Strange was obviously at a disadvantage and could only be in a passive defensive state. You should let go. I've gone too far and can't turn back. As soon as the voice fell, one of the hands of the Black Doctor turned into a tentacle. Doctor Strange was dumbfounded when he saw this scene. Under the impact of the tentacles, the Seraphim shield was broken. Doctor Strange threw out a formation, and then a golden rope of light wrapped around the Black Doctor. The Black Doctor released red lightning and easily broke free from the restraints. Then the Black Doctor pressed his hands on the ground, and a series of worm-like monsters with big mouths rushed towards Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange raised his hands and released a series of lasers. Under the attack of the lasers, all the worm monsters turned into smoke and dissipated. Then Doctor Strange tried to control Doctor Strange again, but although the cloak was not the original floating cloak, but the dark cloak that Doctor Strange stripped from a worm when he absorbed the devil, his combat power and spirituality were no less than that of the floating cloak. Under the control of the dark cloak, Doctor Strange was not only unable to control magic, but even couldn't fly. Taking advantage of this opportunity, the Black Doctor broke free again, and the two sides started fighting again. This time, Doctor Strange was completely at a disadvantage. A red and black beam of light from the Dark Doctor began to destroy the protective magic of Vishanti on Doctor Strange. The next second, a red object flew over Mr. Cloak. Mr. Cloak rushed to the Dark Doctor and tied up his arms tightly. Doctor Strange took the opportunity to break free, but the runes on his face had dissipated by 1/5 at this moment. Doctor Strange's power had reached an incredible level. When facing Doctor Strange, he could not kill him because this was another self, but when facing his old friend Mr. Cloak, Doctor Strange had no scruples. He pushed hard and Mr. Cloak turned into ashes. Mr. Cloak's sacrifice was not in vain. Doctor Strange used his strongest skill against Doctor Strange. A huge golden light stream hit Doctor Strange fiercely, splashing countless smoke and dust. The smoke and dust dissipated, and a white ball of light slowly floated up. Just when Doctor Strange was puzzled, his shadow actually revealed a red light at this moment. The shadow directly pulled Doctor Strange into a strange space, where Doctor Strange met Christine, whom he had not seen for a long time. Looking at Christine in front of him, Doctor Strange really wanted to stay like this until the end of time. But it was impossible. The appearance of countless people flashed in Doctor Strange's mind: the king, the pedestrians on the road, and the collapsed world. Doctor Strange knew very well that this Christine was just an illusion. "I really hope that you are real." The illusion was exposed, but it was too late. At this moment, the Black Doctor in the outside world had cracked the last rune in Vishanti's protective magic. Faced with Doctor Strange's pleading, the Black Doctor mercilessly launched the absorption light. This time, the Black Doctor finally absorbed his other half as he wished. After completing the last step, Dr. Black used the time stone on his chest again. At this moment, the original green light of the time stone disappeared, and it turned into a terrifying red light, which was so red that it was terrifying. Dr. Black used his terrifying magic to twist the time stone, one of the 6 infinity stones. At this moment, Dr. Black can no longer be called a human being. It is more appropriate to call him a Hell Lord. The world in the distance was collapsing, and his body was mutating, but Dr. Black was too lazy to care about these. He waved his hand gently, and the car that had been in a car accident began to reassemble, and there was a human body emitting this light blue light inside. It was Christine. In front of Doctor Strange's terrifying power that was enough to twist the time stone and destroy the absolute time point, Christine was finally resurrected. Dr. Black carefully held Christine in his arms and called his lover's name softly. "Christine, it's me, Christine." Christine opened her eyes and looked at the face in front of her that could not be related to humans in any way. Christine collapsed on the spot. "Oh my god. Stay away from me." "No, Christine, I can solve this problem." Dr. Black hurriedly cast a spell to turn himself back to human form, but at this moment, black liquid appeared on Christine's body. At the same time, Christine looked at the surroundings that were like, no, the end of the world, and was about to go crazy. At this moment, Dr. Black finally discovered the collapse of the surrounding environment. Although he saved Christine, the world perished because of her, and Christine would definitely not be able to survive. Dr. Black finally woke up. He looked at the collapsing world around him and his lover. He finally realized that not only did he fail to save his lover, but he also lost the entire world. Dr. Black could not accept this fact. He released terrifying red magic with both hands, trying to support the original world again, but no matter how hard he tried, he could only slow down the speed of collapse. The protective shield held up by Dr. Dark was still shrinking, and Christine's collapse continued. Finally, Dr. Dark shouted in despair, You can stop this. Please, help me." Dr. Dark looked into the distance. In his perspective, there was a humanoid creature with blue eyes and a head at least 3 times the size of an ordinary person. The other person was wearing a blue robe and standing outside the protective shield looking at Dr. Dark. Faced with Dr. Dark's pleading, the other person finally spoke, but the other person's words were as cold as his voice. "Help you like you helped Christine? Then I was wrong." Perhaps because he had merged into a complete body, or perhaps because he wanted to save people, Dr. Dark bowed his head. "Someone has warned you. I know, but this world should not pay the price for my arrogance. I know about you. I can sense your existence. You are God. You can definitely stop this. I'm not God, and neither are you." Then punish me. Let this world go. Let Christine go. To be honest, if I can solve all this and punish you instead, I will, but I can't intervene. You know this better than anyone else. Disrupting the process of time will only bring more destruction. No, no. Everything ended with the desperate cry of Dr. Dark. In a void, in a space with only absolute darkness, a purple polygonal sphere floated there quietly. In the sphere, Dr. Dark hugged Christine and said, "Sorry, Steven." Christine's collapse was approaching its end. "What on earth did you do?" Christine disappeared. Everything disappeared. The originally huge world, the huge universe, now only a small energy ball space remained. In the energy ball, there is only Strange. He has countless demonic powers. He will not die easily, so he will stay here for countless years, trapped in endless repentance. Endless time, endless repentance. This will be the most terrible torture and punishment in the world. What if Doctor Strange lost his hands? Is over. My hand is injured and it still hurts. I can't keep up with the update. Chapter 150 Hellblazer. Watching the energy barrier on the screen gradually turn into a point of light, the theater fell into silence. This ending is really bad. Peter Parker rubbed his face and couldn't help looking at Strange. By the way, you and that Christine. Don't worry, we are really ordinary friends. Strange smiled bitterly and explained, "I lost both hands. Both hands. But your hands. I was in a car accident, and there was a big problem with the nerves in my hands. My hands couldn't stop shaking. I used to be a neurology doctor, and even if I had hemorrhoids cut, my hands couldn't shake." Strange explained, "I was so proud, even arrogant, and there was a problem with the nerves in my hands. My hands couldn't stop shaking. This was a huge blow to my career. I couldn't accept the reality, so I tried every means to cure my hands. So I entered camotage when I was desperate. If it wasn't for his own innocence." Strange himself was actually not very willing to say this. Wolverine. Speaking of this what if series, why are they all tragedies? Bruce Wayne. It really is. Bruce Wayne. The previous Infinite Ultron was also a what if series. In the world of Infinite Ultron, all life was killed by Ultron. In the world of Dr. Dark, even the world is gone. Bruce Wayne. Next time, it won't directly penetrate the multiverse. Ultraman Hickory. It's really possible. That observer is obviously not from Dr. Dark's world, so next time, it may really be a story about the multiverse. Ultraman Hickory. And have you noticed one thing? That is, these few what if series are all from Tony's world. Ultraman Hickory. We have learned that Tony Stark, Stephen Strange, Wong, Captain America, Thanos, Wanda, Loki. The relationship between their universes is the relationship between parallel universes. Ultraman Hickory. So, I think the future what if series should also be related to them. Look. Peter pointed to the screen and said, another picture appeared. On the screen, it was still the energy shield. At this moment, the observer, who was high and mighty before, appeared in the energy shield with an embarrassed look on his face. "Help me, please." This time, it was the observer who said this. Easter egg. End. Fuck. Bruce and Hikaru looked at each other, and their previous boasting actually came true. Avengers building. That's the observer. Odin's one eye showed confusion. There is also information about the observer in the records of Asgard. Although it is not as complete as Camotage, there is still a lot of basic information about the observer. At the very least, the one who can force the observer to be like this must be at least a single universe level strongman. And the observer went to the Black Doctor for help, which proved that the other party's strength must be at least half a step to the universe level. In the screening room, why did the observer go back to ask Dr. Dark for help? The other party was able to build a safe space under the collapse of the universe. Although he couldn't save his lover, that was the collapse of the entire universe. To survive, he had to be at least half a single universe. Hickory said in a clear and logical manner. I tried to find some information and roughly divided the strength into levels. According to the strength of the Ultra Warriors and monsters in our universe, they are roughly divided into surface level, planetary level, stellar level, nebula level, galaxy level, and universe level. The universe level can be further divided into single universe and multiverse. But at present, we in the Kingdom of Light do not have a warrior of this strength, not counting the King of Ultra. Can I ask what the basis for your classification is? No. I just made a simple and rough differentiation. The strength of our Ultra Warriors is, it's relatively idealistic. Probably, those who can rely on blowing up a planet are planetary, those who can't blow up are surface level, and those who can blow up a star are stellar level. We rank them according to this scheme. After all, this is the first time someone has ranked this, so it must be rough. Hickory asked, can anyone provide me with a more reasonable level differentiation? I have one here that you can refer to. Strange said, let's not talk about those who can't affect a planet. It's meaningless. It's probably surface level, planetary level, Godfather level, single universe level, multiverse level, and omnipotent universe level. Planetary level powers have the power to affect a planet and easily destroy a city. Godfather level powers have the power to destroy a planet and even a galaxy. However, Godfather level powers are relatively weak. The strongest Godfather powerhouse can beat dozens of ordinary Godfathers, and can even fight against single universe level powers. And in the records of Kamataj, His Majesty the God King Odin belongs to the strongest Godfather. What about the Ancient One? Peter asked curiously, who is stronger, the Ancient One or God King Odin? I don't know. Strange said, they haven't fought each other, but the strength of the Ancient One is definitely not inferior to His Majesty Odin. A single universe level is a terrifying existence that can affect an entire universe. In their eyes, there is actually no distinction between good and evil, because compared to ordinary life, they are the real difference between gods and humans. As for the multiverse level, I don't know. Please, I speculated about the single universe level, based on the information in Kamataj, and the multiverse level was simply mentioned in one sentence. How would I know? No, there are no questions in this screening. It really is. Tony suddenly said, by the way, what kind of person must the other party be, to be able to beat that observer to seek help from the Black Doctor? It can't be Infinite Ultron. How is that possible? Tony waved his hand and said, didn't I say it all? Infinite Ultron can only guarantee the single universe level in its own universe, and it won't work outside its own universe. Could it be that the observer can go to the world of Infinite Ultron to destroy Infinite Ultron? But, in the last picture, Infinite Ultron obviously discovered something. Just as everyone was chatting, new subtitles appeared on the screen. Hellblazer will be played in 3 minutes. Hellblazer? This can't be a story about a demon coming to the human world to solve a case. You know what? It's really possible. Today is even boring. Tomorrow will definitely be. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.